Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. Now, this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, bang, ho, bang, bang, bitch, nigga, bang, 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 ho.
Hate me now, enemies gon' hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now, hate me now, enemies gon' hate me now. Hate me now, enemies. Busters got some mana, but I handle that, so hate me now. Got the Louis slugger, you better cover when I hit a foul. You better be so quick to get it hip when the pistol show. All my niggas get me creeping slow, and we on that blow. That I use, searching for an easy man. Demon in me wakes, now I shake and don't feel okay. Yeah, I'm terrified in my mind, so corrupted too. Feel so blizzo, hizzo, off that snizzo, but still keep it smooth. Evil prince, stay so blend, busy down with Psycho Mike. Scheming, leaning all throughout the night, down in Metro Height. Bitch, you getting sprayed from grenades when I put up in. Gets the P, here with me, and we always going in. Shaking in my bed, hating leaves you where y'all dead. Don't you rest so tears up, call your blizz up when I'm on my man. I face so much crime, stay inside. I have on my mind. Please don't shoot your kids on, send you his on, get your miss on ride. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Smiling face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Smiling face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill
them niggas in the car ready to shoot shit up. You mention me, boy, I'm like killer, best not test your luck. Yo, bitch, a groupie all up in my DMs tryna fuck. These niggas lying in they songs, you know they capping. I'm on the block, I put in work, you niggas slacking. My nigga get jammed up and then we go and post bail. But if your nigga run up, we gon' send his ass to hell. Ain't have a ruler, kept a ruler when I was in school. I'm hitting ops with this stick like I'm playing pool. Handy manny in this bitch, we got all the tools. You hate me now, damn nigga, I thought we was cool.
So for the generation that is born right after the crisis, we call them the prophet archetype, and that would be, for instance, boomers. But we've had many other examples. Indulgently raised in a very secure era, they come of age during these times of spiritual awakening. A lot of protests, a lot of social divisions, and they break through. They try to, they want to individualize the country. They want to free individuals from the sort of tyranny of the collective.
Give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Everybody wanna ride for it with no car. Make a lot of money, live life like the stars do. If you do what they do, then what kind of king are you? Don't let money change you for the bad. Do what God's do. Everybody say they want power, but they don't really want power. They let the money, hoes, and fame make them a dummy. Money never made me, bitch, I'm making the money. I keep a smile every day, whether rain or sunny. A main bitch a day, wanna she kept it 100. A young 5'6" addict who love to get blunted. Off in the bed, I'm the dog, that's right, I'm atomic. Bury the bone in the cat, get back to the money. All the jealousy and lying niggas throwing at each other over crumbs on the cool, it's hard to consider. Some of you niggas to be real, cause you're real bitch made. These days, hell, a whole be harder than niggas. I don't give a fuck, never have, never will. Real niggas really scared to tell it like it is. So many heartbreaks, hella blood, sweat, and tears over game. Now this is how I feel, tell them I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Was a peacemaker, now a menace like the cane, nigga. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. We were never in the same class, you a lame, nigga. I don't got time to be dissing a nigga who ain't worth a penny, cause mentally I'm too above for dissing the fake. On top of that, I'm a player, the player hating that's never been in my blood, nigga. That's ammunition for hate. If I call up the cavalry, it'll be a fatality. One phone call, they'll be minutes away. Better make peace with your creator, cause on the cool, I don't think you wanna perish a cent of the day. Money on the mind, vision on the prize. Look into my eyes, you will see the devil is alive. Real warriors of God live eternally, and if you know the definition, baby, I will never die. Finally got the key of life. If you listen to my new shit, I got the blueprint to set the street afire. The majority of niggas in the game ain't fucking with the method of business that we apply. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. You a lame, nigga. Give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck.
Bless, Leif, Cleanse. Cat in the building with the tape fist tight. Ricardo on the mic, yeah, he's spitting that fight. Mike is right with the vision so clear. Political prophet dropping truth in your ear. Progressive moves, but we keeping it raw. Individual minds breaking every damn law. Social conservatism got the crowd in a trance. Tape fist politics, we advance in the stance. Put your tape fist in the air, let it rise. Feel the power of the truth in your eyes. From the left to the right, we unite. Tape fist politics gonna shine so bright. MD20 in the cut with the plan. Building up the movement with a taped up hand. Progressive dreams in a conservative frame. Individual voices calling out every name. Progressive moves, but we keeping it raw. Individual minds breaking every damn law. Social conservatism got the crowd in a trance. Tape fist politics, we advance in the stance. Put your tape fist in the air, let it rise. Feel the power of the truth in your eyes. From the left to the right, we unite. Tape fist politics gonna shine so bright.
New golden age. New golden age. A new golden age. A new golden age.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, another episode. Tape Fist Politics, TFP 2.0. We back in the building. Well, I'm back in the building. I'm waiting on VanCat to come up. I sent him on a task, so that's probably what he's doing right now. So shout out to all my co-hosts, VanCat, Ricardo, Mike. And yeah, man, it's going to be a good show tonight. So you see the topic. The politics of MAGA. Hey, 6 months in the book, y'all. 6 months in the books for Trump. We're going to be discussing some of his policies that he's implemented so far. What do y'all think about the job that Trump has done for these past 6 months? I could already probably know what my cohort's going to say. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Also, we're going to be discussing the Mehdi Hassan Jubilee 20v1. If you haven't seen that, I highly, highly encourage you to watch it in its full context. I don't think the clips that we got tonight, I don't think it does it justice. You got to watch it. It's unhinged. And that's to say the least. It's unhinged by no mistake. I'm going to give my take on it. I think it's going to be different from what how VanCat views it. We'll see, though. We'll see. Also, we're going to talk about this New York shooting that happened. What was that? Earlier this week? I don't even remember what it was. It was either earlier this week or over the weekend. I believe it was earlier this week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss, you know, of course, we're going to go through the details of the horrific event. But more or less, I wanted to talk about the issues surrounding CTE. I think that particular topic is one that hasn't been discussed as thoroughly as it should. We've talked about it, me and VanCat and Trev, when we was over there at Straight Talk. We talked about it for a time. This is an opportunity for us to discuss it more. And of course, you know, we got the lame duck of the week. This week, we got a double duck. So we're going to bring y'all lame duck number 2 and lame duck number 3 tonight on TFP 2.0 episode 2. VanCat, what's happening?
What's going on, MD? I'm here in the 2.0.
And there you have it. There you have it. Were you successful in doing that?
I was, but I think there's something, I don't know. I don't know if this is on a different, if this show is on a different brand because when I went in there, the show wasn't playing. Like you had the intro going, but it was just me in there by myself, and I saw all the videos in there. But I don't know if we're in the right place.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah,
Well, I see it. I see on top it say TFP episode 2.
on the top. Yeah, because
Yeah,
even the videos I downloaded. Hold on, let me check my videos here. Okay, yeah, I see it there. I don't know why it wasn't doing it for me, because I just saw myself in the studio, but I didn't see you, and I couldn't hear any of the the intros and the promos that you had at the beginning. I could see it on my TV, but I couldn't see it on my phone. So I just took the link in the YouTube, and that's why I'm on here now.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, you got it in. I see him in there too, so we good to go.
Okay.
We good to go. All right, yeah. So like I said, we'll probably be getting Ricardo a little bit later. I don't know about Mike, but it's all good. We gonna move it along. Let's go ahead and go to the leading story. And what just happened?
Oh, try that again, MD.
I don't know. I was gonna play the one video first and then play. I got it. Like I said, I can control everything in the studio.
Oh, okay.
It's right here. Yeah. As long as it's in the studio, I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. My bad.
All right, here we go. No, you good. Here we go.
The following announcement has been paid for by TFP Politics.
President Trump marking 6 months in the White House.
It is my honor to introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump immediately getting to work with a remarkable show of the use of executive power.
We've never seen anything like this. There's 20,000 people cheering for every executive order signed.
President Trump comes in and immediately begins taking action to fix each and every one of these fires that the Democrats started.
With 6 months delivering on the agenda, this ultimately is promises made, promises kept by the president.
This is a message to the rest of the world. The days of ripping off America and Americans are officially over.
The Trump archives are a series of near impossible feats.
We have the safest, most secure border in the history of this nation.
Border crossings have dropped so much that federal agents now outnumber illegal crossers.
He had a mandate and he's delivering on it. The American economy is better for it.
NASDAQ and S&P both hitting all-time highs.
Gas prices are down. Retail sales are up. $2 trillion in international financial agreement and record tariff revenue.
The USA is on a roll, culminating in the signing of the One Big Beautiful Bill on July 4th.
A bill for and by the people.
Thanks to this bill, Trump could resign tomorrow and still point to an enduring legacy.
And he's full steam ahead for America.
This movement that President Trump has started is only getting bigger. It has more energy, more enthusiasm.
What he's going to do is show up and work hard and deliver every day for the American people.
You're watching history, so buckle up, because the next 3.5 years will probably be just as busy.
In tonight's Eye on Politics, at the president's 6-month mark, new CBS News polling finds Americans are calling for more focus on lowering prices, while support for President Trump's deportation program has fallen. Joining us now is CBS News Executive Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto. And Anthony, what are the most recent polling suggesting as far as deportation? Is he losing some of that support he's had in the past?
Mike, yeah, he is. This deportation program started out with majority approval. That's gone down 10 points to now. Big reason is why, and it's who people think the administration is trying to prioritize for deportation. It is increasingly less that they feel they're trying to prioritize deporting people who are dangerous criminals, trying more to prioritize people who are not, and that in turn is connected to this feeling among the public that the administration is trying to deport more people than they had expected it to. Those two things are connected to those declines, but I will say this, strong support from Republicans for the program. His base is very much behind him there. Those movements have come more from independents. Mike.
All right, we're talking immigration, economy, also a big issue going into the presidential election and now 6 months in. How has the reception been on the passage of that one big, beautiful bill?
Well, it's been a case where people don't necessarily think that it's going to help them. So I'll show you this slide. A lot of people think that the bill is going to help wealthy people more so than they think it's going to help the middle class. So on balance, he's had a net negative on that bill. And then more generally, they think the administration has put not enough focus on lowering prices and too much on tariffs. That's very much part of the economy story, Mike.
Okay, finally, just overall, his approval rating, where does it stand now? And do you see anything from the Jeffrey Epstein case that maybe has pulled it one way or another?
So two parts to that. One is I'm going to show you the overall approval rating right here, and that is that it started off with majority approval. It has slipped over time. It's at 42 today. But if I show you the party break there, I'm going to show you that you don't see a lot of change from that strong support among Republicans. You don't see that after the Epstein matter. They are still solidly behind the president, in part because they rank other matters as more important. That's the party break on the approval rating, Mike.
Do you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so. You're playing, you're gambling with the lives of millions of people.
So we'll see what happens.
Albert Einstein said that time is relative, and Donald Trump is proving it. Today marks 6 months of his presidency, but it feels like a lot more. Daily controversies, rambling tweets, fights with world leaders, and false claims and misinformation. The last 6 months have been a typical Trump show. We knew it was coming, and yet it caught us off guard. Trump is celebrating the day in his own style with simple gestures like calling for the arrest of his rivals and offering live commentary on Fox News. But tonight, we're not just looking at Trump's actions, we're looking at the impact of those actions. How has he shaped the world in these past 6 months? And we've identified 5 main areas. Number one, the trade order is being rewritten. In April, Donald Trump announced reciprocal tariffs. He threatened allies and rivals alike, and this shook up the trade order. Until now, the system was based on certain understandings. For example, free trade is good and that some barriers are necessary, especially for developing or underdeveloped countries. But Trump has ripped up that understanding. He basically gave the world 2 options. Either you make in America or you pay much higher tariffs. In the short term, you will see countries scrambling to appease Trump. But in the long term, they will move away. Europe and India are signing a free trade deal. Europe and Indonesia are looking at a deal. Canada and India will restart talks. So the Trump tariffs have reshaped the trade equations. This is creating new commercial partnerships. Which brings us to impact number 2, a weakening of the Western axis. After the Second World War, the West acted as one unit. They lined up obediently behind the US. Not anymore. Trump has threatened to dilute his NATO commitments. He has accused Europe of freeloading. As a result, Brussels is charting its own path. They have unveiled a massive defense spending plan. The goal is to end American reliance, not today, but in the future. And it's not just Europe. Trump has also picked a fight with Canada. He repeatedly asked them to become an American state. Well, the Canadians have replied, they are not joining the US, they're moving further away. And this is a setback for American influence. All their global campaigns were backed by Europe and Canada, but that support is now scaling back. In Ukraine, Europe is keen to defeat Russia. Trump wants a peace deal. In West Asia, Europe has stepped up criticism of Israel. Meanwhile, Trump bombed Iran on their behalf. So the gulf is pretty wide. Next is impact number 3. A new style of peace building. Peace deals used to be a noble mission. Most of them were negotiated in secret. You wouldn't hear about them until it was finalized. But for Trump, it's all about the Nobel Prize. His efforts are focused solely on receiving a Nobel Peace Prize. It's performative, not permanent. And I'll give you 2 examples. In West Asia, he allowed Israel to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities. Later, he himself joined the fight. He dropped heavy bunker buster bombs on Iran. And then, when the war ended, he claimed credit for it. Do you see how absurd that is? He claimed credit for ending a war that he started. A second example is India and Pakistan. India bombed Pakistan into suing for peace, but Trump claims he negotiated the ceasefire. He doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care if the peace deals hold. All he cares about is the peace prize. Which brings us to impact number 4. The era of US aid and support are gone. All of it is now transactional. Ukraine is the perfect example of that. Joe Biden used to give them weapons for free. Trump has forced them to sign a rare earth contract. Kiev must sell rare earths to the US. In return, they get arms. Qatar went a step ahead. They gifted an entire plane to Donald Trump. We call that a bribe in this part of the world, but Trump calls it foreign policy. Trump was elected on the promise of America first. He vowed to create a golden age for America. Instead, he is accelerating US decline. If this is a sign of things to come, the world should buckle in.
Buckle up, folks. So there you have it, folks. I believe that was an excellent outline of Trump's first 6 months. Trump 2.0, might I add. His first 6 months in office. We saw in the first segment there, he's underwater in literally every category at this point. 6
Every
months
single
in,
one. Even the ones that he was favorable for, immigration even.
Exactly, and that's the main one, Venkat, immigration. Everybody was on board, even me to a certain extent. Even though I don't agree with any of the activities involved with how he's going about it. And let me put a caveat in there. Everything that he's doing is theatrical on his face. None of it is actually impacting immigration that's already in the country. None of it. I said a couple of weeks before this all took place. Month over month, Biden has tackled illegal immigration in form of deportation more than Trump. Yet every day we talking about illegal immigration and somebody getting nabbed off the side of the street. It's theatrical. So in the one key point that we were told that everybody was on accord with, even he's underwater with that. Shameful. And the guy that was taking a look at the polls, he kind of undershot it in terms of like his overall approval rating. Now check this out, Venkat. Within a 6 month frame, this dude has swung 11 points in the negative. In some presidents do that over the course of their term, Venkat.
Yep.
Not over the course of the 6 months, bro.
And not to mention the average president, not the exceptional, not the great presidents. We're talking the average presidents at this point in their term would be somewhere about plus 27%. Plus 27.
Because his term is still fresh.
Exactly. So there's still a lot of goodwill and you get a lot of benefit of the doubt at this particular point. He's already burnt that up already. Amazing. Yep.
I mean, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. Now, in the second segment, the lady from First Post, I put that in for a particular reason. She did a great job outlining the overall world view from a lot of different facets, from trade to global influence to peace. She broke it all the way down folks, we don't look too good when it comes to the overall global view of the United States. That's just a fact. I don't care how much you like Trump. Yeah, I don't care how much you like Trump, how much of a MAGA maniac you are. You can't deny, even if you think it's in bad faith, even if you think it's wrong, you can't deny the optics of how the world views the United States right now. It ain't a good look. It just ain't.
No,
That's just a
not at
fact.
all.
When it, I'm gonna save the trade piece for next week's show. Next week's show, episode 3, the politics of money. We're gonna be discussing some of this tariff stuff and what's going down. Remember, folks, August 1st is tomorrow. Apparently, the deadline is supposed to be tomorrow.
Yep, tariffs.
So we'll once again, as he always does, will he taco? We don't know.
Oh, he's gonna taco the hell out of it.
So we don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. But
If he let
yeah, go ahead.
if he let it go after the stock market starts tanking and people start complaining, he's gonna turn around, turn that bus around like he always does.
I agree with that to a certain point, but this is the thing though, Venkat, and we're gonna discuss this next week too. The growth report just came out yesterday.
Yep.
Now, according to the growth report, we grew. I believe it was 0.2%. I could be wrong on the number.
No, yeah, you're right.
So what that telling me is that goes back to taco though, Venkat.
Yep.
People just don't care what Trump say no more because they know it's all BS. They know it. so even the market is like, hey, look, Trump is on another tirade. Just let him, just like you do like an old man. Just let him rant and whatever. He just drunk. It's like the drunk uncle syndrome. Just let him rant, do whatever. Just ignore him. I believe that. Right. Go ahead.
Speaking of old man, I know you must have seen that South Park, and everybody tripping about that South Park episode, but they ain't focused on what they should be focused on, which is the last part of that episode. My God, that was.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. Speaking of old man syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, again, people are, especially a lot of his base, they over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And when I say the base from an economic standpoint, I'm talking about a lot of the conglomerates, a lot of the technocrats. They not listening to what Trump. At first they were, because every time he said the word tariff, the stock market dipped every time. Now they just used to it, like whatever, because of taco, and the last point, the global influence as far as humanitarian aid, cutting off USAID, that's gonna have a stark impact on influence from here on out. Because again, and we discussed this before, Venkat. What's going to end up happening is some of these adversarial countries are going to fill that gap, and then it's going to be over with.
Yep,
it's going to be over with, and you can already say they're filling the gap now, especially in Africa.
Yeah, United States is not a world leader.
No, they're not. They're not at all. So we looking at the 6 months. We're looking at the impacts of everything that's happened. We're seeing just the deterioration in the cabinet, the deterioration of a lot of the right-wing pundits basically turning their back on what Trump is doing. And with the right-wing pundits, they really turning his back based on productivity. They don't, they down for what Trump says he wants to do. He just ain't doing it fast enough. Or he's not doing it as impactfully as they may have thought. Right. That's just a fact. So a lot of people, you listen to them, like your Candace Owens, like your Marjorie Taylor Greene. These people actually thought that we were just going to cut everything off and isolate ourselves from the rest of the world completely. You got to be a dumbass to think that was going to happen. You got to be a dumbass.
A special kind of dumbass.
I mean, point blank, period. To the point now where you got right-wing pundits agreeing with a lot of these left-wing pundits in regards to Israel and Palestine. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yep.
And again,
Epstein.
as some, especially the Epstein. Hell, if it wasn't for the Epstein thing, I think a lot of these media outlets, these right-wing media outlets, they'll still be lethargic in terms of the dumb shit that Trump's been doing. They would still be.
Yep.
Epstein was the rocket that lifted everything off. And it's really sad that it's got to be a scandal. Why can't it be policy?
Right.
You would rather turn the table over for a pedophile rather than your own country and the policies that's going to impact all of us. That's crazy as hell.
That's ridiculous.
I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining at all. But it's sad. It's sad that it had to come to Epstein. I mean, that's incredible. Speaking of Epstein, just to say real quick, I didn't make a story out of it because I want to see how it develops. And this goes back to the conversation we had last week with the Ghislaine Maxwell thing. So apparently her lawyers now are actively petitioning for her to get some type of clemency or outright pardon, either one.
So
in regards to her testimony.
How does that look, MD? Seriously, we're talking about pardoning the right-hand woman of the guy that Trump is allegedly calling a monster, and he wasn't affiliated with that, and blah, blah, blah. But you're going to pardon because maybe she has some information that's going to rat out your participation or whatever. That's not a good look.
That goes back to what I said last week. Now, I understood you and Mike and Ricardo's point in regards to going to Ghislaine and saying, hey, look, we need you to say A, B, and C, because if you don't, you know, we going to give you a hard time while you're in here. Me personally, I think it's the other way around. I think, I'm being serious. I think the information that she has is so powerful where they're going to have to bend to her will, not the other way around. They're going to have to bend. I mean, look, she's been in jail since what, 2021 is when she got locked up?
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean to tell me for 4 years, ain't nobody said nothing to this woman? We ain't trying to get no deeper information in regard to Epstein. Hey, the Biden administration didn't do it.
No.
Trump didn't send no people in to do it. Now Trump back in office. Bro, she got something that can rock the very foundation of Trump. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And I you know.
But can we believe her though? But can we believe her? Because she could make up anything to try to have something. Because she really shouldn't have any power. She really needs Trump more.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Now I'm about to get ready to go through the forest, Van Cat. So if you lose me, just start babbling.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, there you have it, folks. Hey, Trump 6 months. Man, we got a whole 3.5 years to go, bro. I don't think we're gonna make it.
I don't think Trump's gonna make it. I don't think Trump is making it. There ain't no way in hell. Swollen ankle, cankle looking ass. He ain't making it. He ain't making it.
I mean, it seemed for these 6 months, man, it seemed like a year.
Yeah, it is. It is. You ever seen that?
It's something.
You ever seen that that movie called Ice Pirates? There's a movie called Ice Pirates, and there's a scene where, like, I guess they got to a place where it could fast forward life, and you just see like Like it'll just go real fast and then stop, and then like they go from a baby to a teen, and they go real fast, stop, and then they're like in their 20s, they go real fast, stop. All of a sudden, they got kids and whatnot in their 40s. It just keep like it would just keep going real fast, stop, and it's like before you knew it, they were like all gray haired and old and bummy and whatnot within no time. And like that's what this feels like right now. It's like it just really goes real fast, stop, and then you just see like yourself is just aging. And it's really not been that much time. Like I said, 6 months. But it feels like it's been a longer time.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, it's gonna be tough getting through this one, y'all. It's gonna be tough, real tough.
I can't believe we're in this situation.
Exactly. And again, that don't matter if you're a MAGA maniac or not. You could be, hell, you already see MAGA maniacs already tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
they jumping off the ship.
If the MAGA maniacs tired, how you think everybody else feel? So, but again, and this will be my last point. He's so diabolical to where you see the actions that he takes, and you become frustrated. But just know, from a policy standpoint, everything is going to affect you after the fact. Meaning, Trump is going to be long gone,
just like Reagan.
And the effect that's taking place with some of these policies, and again, the House, as it stands right now, the House ain't worth a damn. They done did what they needed to do. Yeah,
they gone.
they in reset.
They flew the coop.
Yeah, so they did after the one big beautiful bill. After that, it's nothing for them to do. Nothing.
My God, what a waste of taxpayer money, man. Oh my God. And the thing about it is that Trump is a person that he's just doing things to piss off certain segments and groups in society, to get one off on the libs, own the libs. Like all these things like are so juvenile. It doesn't solve an issue. It doesn't move us forward. There's no progression here at all. And we're just wasting time. So I'm looking at Trump not as this administration. I'm looking at the totality. So it's been a decade of destruction with Trump. He started running for presidency in 2015. He got in there in 2016. He rode Obama's economy while doing nothing to make an economy run. He didn't pass any legislation or anything. Matter of fact, the only thing he passed was counterproductive to the economy and ultimately ended up with the high inflation, and then COVID hit and it just exploded that mess. And then Joe Biden comes in for 4 years, cleaning up his mess while he's cleaning it up, being told, oh my God, look how bad the country is, when the country was set off by Trump's administration. The fails of COVID and dealing with that. Biden came in, he had to implement the shots and implement all these things, these bills that were passed to set up the country in a good place. And now Biden gets kicked out, and Trump comes back in, and he immediately let everybody know how legendarily bad and unsuitable he is for this job. And as it stands now, some Republicans to this day are still trying to say, well, Trump has to clean up Biden's mess. And we got here all because of Trump. He never did anything. He never passed healthcare, which he said he was going to pass. He actually said, who knew passing healthcare would be this difficult? Like, what the hell, man? What are you running for? You've been running for a decade. You didn't provide any solutions. They had a bill for the border. You had them freeze them out and stop passing that bill so that you could do this photo op moment to pretend like you've done something. And again, he didn't do nothing. The bill that was going to be passed had a lot of Republican agenda in it. It would have helped with adding additional people to the border to address all the people coming through the country and having more people look over who's coming in, what's coming in, and we could have had all those resources on the border, but we don't have that. He signed an executive order, and that's what we got. And now he's proclaiming victory and acting like we're so safe and we're so this and we're so that. Meanwhile, the better option was the bill that was killed in the Congress. So we had 10 years of North Korean propaganda. And when you look at the bills passed, it's like one or two, and nothing has developed or increased in those 10 years. And with those 10 years, you have a bunch of people hating each other because everybody in this country went to war. You can't be a Republican, you can't be a Democrat. Everybody's feuding and fighting. The morale of the country is lower. And he got 2 terms in here, and he hurt the country. And he's going to leave because, again, this second term, he has no mandate. He's a literal lame duck president, and he doesn't have anything that to answer to, because at the end of his term, it doesn't matter if he did good or bad, or if he did something that's beneficial or not. He has nobody to answer to because he's not running again.
You're exactly right. It goes back to the point, and you brought up something that was important. Talking about the bill that they shot down with Senator Langford and the board stuff.
Yes.
Don't you know that same exact language, the same exact language that was in that previous bill is in the big beautiful bill? Same exact thing. People are stupid, man. People are stupid, and I just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I just leave it at that. Okay. So let's move on, Trump. Again, like I said at the beginning of the show, the video don't do it justice. If you haven't seen the Mehdi Hasan 20v1, I encourage you to watch it in its entirety. That shit was crazy. Have you watched the whole thing, Van Cat?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched specific parts, and it is something to behold. And the fact that this guy fundraising off of the appearance is like kind of crazy too.
Yeah. So but let's look at some of the highlights of the Mehdi Hasan 20v1 on Jubilee.
Hamas is responsible for hiding in hospitals and making tunnels underneath
those
hospitals.
So when children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers aren't responsible for that?
Look,
it's a simple question.
Here's the problem.
When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in Gaza in the head, as eyewitness testimony and doctors' testimony proves, that's not the fault of the Israeli snipers.
This is the problem, because when you have
the problem is you won't answer the question. I'll ask you a third time. When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in the head, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
Well, you gotta let me finish.
No, you gotta answer the question. Fourth time.
Well,
when Israeli snipers
shoot
Palestinian children in the head,
I will get to your
we're
answer.
running out of time. I need to know what you think about innocent children.
Because
what you said was pretty outrageous. You said so-called innocent Palestinians. For the 5th time, when Palestinian children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
What did those children do?
What did they do? Tell me, did the children deserve to be shot in the head?
Because the problem is,
over there, millions of people are watching you say
they start brainwashing children. They start brainwashing children at a very young age.
So you support sniping children in Gaza?
Look,
do other people here support sniping children in Gaza? Is that a conservative position now?
What if they're wearing a suicide vest?
They weren't.
But what if they are?
They're not, though.
What if
of children. I have friends who went there. Doctors went to Gaza. American doctors. They came back as we had multiple children.
What if they're
hell bent?
What if they're hell bent on killing you and your family?
A 10-year-old child, an 8-year-old child, a 6-year-old child.
Because
this is
like
bad
you said,
for you.
Like
You're
said,
sitting on
they're
live television where millions of people are going to see your neighbors, your friends.
Millions
you support the killing of children.
Millions of people don't know what's going on.
Even your fellow right-wingers are saying, "Don't go this far."
%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills, because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right?
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at all.
I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
what about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution and stuff like that, which is bad.
We may have to rename this show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
First of all, I really thought that obviously where we started, where it ended up, there's a lot of aggression. I can see in your eyes there's a level of exhaustion from being here. This is where my empathy comes in. Where it doesn't is, when you have a room full of people that do agree with you, we have this opportunity to come together. And you're kind of mocking people when they do. So you mock Sarah a little bit when you guys clearly had a common interest and goal to reach. So I can tell you're agitated. I want to bring that all down. Please.
I'm guessing you're not going to, but let's see.
No, I'm going to. I do want to point out some contradictions. First and foremost, I don't believe you're pro-American in the value system that you claim to uphold, especially with free speech, if you're not willing to debate people that don't share your values. That's very un-American.
Do you believe Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing?
I don't believe it's ethnic cleansing, because it's not his plan.
It is his plan. He said it's my plan.
No,
Benjamin Netanyahu called it his plan.
He is obeying someone else's plan.
Okay. Who is he obeying?
He is obeying Israel's plan for the Greater Israel Project, of which this is one of those things that we can agree on.
Why is he doing that?
Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they have something on him. Maybe they have something on all
But
Americans.
you think it's a bad thing what he's doing?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
no,
Glad
that's
to
why,
agree with you.
But see, I don't want to shut down
I'm
the
not mocking you,
conversation.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, perfect. But I want to take this opportunity because I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity again to say you're not American. First and foremost, but you're not.
Remember when I said the agitation from you is not going to be lower?
What I'm saying,
you came to lower the temperature and then make racist remarks. You know that's a racist remark.
It's not racist.
You tell an American citizen.
But perfect. You just proved your own point. You just said that was a racist position.
Yes.
Earlier, you argued this contention that America has no race. It's a bunch of immigrants that culminate together.
America has no race.
You inferred it. You absolutely did. So now you're saying it's racist for me to take an American nationalist approach. You're kind of
an American national approach? Is that a white approach?
I think it's a white nativist approach. Of course,
so only Americans are white people.
Why did your parents immigrate
from India?
India?
Only white people.
Why did your parents immigrate from India to the UK?
Because the UK colonized and conquered India.
Okay, why did you immigrate to America?
Because many reasons.
Okay, all opportunity. There's opportunity.
That's not true. You don't know.
The accent. Your accent is an afflict of white Anglo-Saxon.
But you know there are 50 million Americans in this country.
I understand, but
none of them are Americans in your view.
What I'm trying to get you to do to reach a common ground here.
We're not going to reach a common ground because you said I'm not American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not American due to values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty.
See, you're using these words. Okay, first of all, I want to say this.
I'm not just throwing them at you. You didn't come sit down. I said it.
Every conservative that has ever been shut down by leftists like you, for every conservative, for
you're
every
not a conservative. You've already said.
For every right wing.
You've already said you're not a conservative.
For every Stefan Molyneux, Thomas Sowell, Nick Fuentes, all of those people.
Is Thomas Sowell American?
He's Australian. But that's not the point. I'm saying people that are on our side of the aisle that get shut down by people like you because you're leveraging this position of emotion.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. You're leveraging
you know nobody
a position
on,
of emotion.
My side of the aisle is trying to deport you. The only shutting down is being done by you.
They're actually trying to genocide my entire race. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You're a white genocide guy?
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know the fact you're.
I'm amazed that Jubilee find some of you guys. How did they find you?
Do you see?
Did they email you? Do you have Gmail?
Why are you trying to oust me? This
you
is
shop
such a
at Costco.
cheap tactic.
Do you go to Nordstrom?
No,
all immigrants. Have you ever been on eBay?
No,
immigrants.
but I'm
You love immigrants.
No, I'm agreeing.
You love immigrants when they're helping you. You just don't like the color of my skin.
We're having a different
conversation.
conversation.
Pause.
Genocide.
We're having a different conversation.
All right, you've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Okay. I really wish we could have asked.
I mean, you believe in white genocide, so it's very hard to. I'm an immigrant and an American, and I employ many American citizens, both naturalized and the ones born here. I employ Americans.
My parents came
Americans as defined by you.
My parents came as immigrants and became naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed to immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants.
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was born
But you don't accept that immigrants are Americans.
Not at this moment.
So your parents are not Americans.
Not at this moment.
So hold on, your parents are
they're
not Americans.
citizens. They became naturalized.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here,
naturalization.
right?
I never
But are your
said that I'm against
Are
naturalization.
you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
You
naturalization.
did. You began. Everyone was here. They can play it back on YouTube. You said Americans or immigrants. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants, you said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant. I'm an immigrant.
But at this point, when they came, the United
People
States
aren't happy
economy,
with the way this is going for you.
The United States economy was not at.
It's better now. The American economy is better than it's been
Not
for
from
many
the-
years.
not from the
And I can say
statistics
that
I
as someone who
see.
doesn't like Donald Trump.
We're
Which
giving
statistics
millions
are you
and billions of dollars
Which
to
statistics
people
are you
of minorities as well as
The reason the
immigrants
economy is doing badly now is
that
because
we
Donald
can't-
Trump's
that we're giving
tariff
it to
policy.
loans. We can't
Nothing
even
to do
get
with
businesses.
migrants. In fact, the
They can't
congressional.
even start businesses.
I'm an immigrant. I started a business.
No, I understand because the SBA is giving people billions
I didn't
of
take any
loans.
loans
They're giving
from
them
SBA.
billions.
I didn't take any loans.
I'm not
from
saying you
SBA.
did, but I'm
Okay,
saying
well,
that
saying I did.
statistically speaking, they're giving billions of
So
loans
should we
to
do
these
statistics?
people.
According to statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure,
They're more likely
absolutely.
to start
No,
businesses
I'm aware of
and
that.
hire Americans.
No, I'm aware
right?
of that.
Immigrants
But
are
we
more
also-
likely to pay in taxes than
Yeah.
take out in benefits.
And
They're more likely to add to innovation and jobs and wages. This is what the statistics show. The Congressional Budget Office.
I
Let me just finish my
understand
point and then let you come back
Okay,
in.
go
The
ahead.
Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. That amounts to $65,000 per American household. That's $65,000 for each and every one of you holding up a red flag.
Okay, I
All
understand
right,
that, but
pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your
Nice
seat.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
I'm saying that Donald Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. When Ghislaine Maxwell, who's the worst child sex trafficker of our lifetime, she's serving over 20 years. Do you know Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's actually not. Jeffrey Epstein's the worst.
MD,
I'm talking about people alive, right?
YouTube censoring the video.
Right? Wouldn't he be the one who did this?
Oh, great. I'm glad you brought Jeffrey.
Stream,
Jeffrey Epstein's
stream is not available. It says on my screen.
He says.
Yeah, YouTube censored.
They. Wow.
Yeah, it says stream unavailable. Right now on
I'll
the
be
screen,
down.
it says it.
Well, why don't say it on mine?
Stream is suspended for policy violations.
You got to speed it up or you got to chop it up.
Well, I'll be
Yeah,
down.
yeah, they did it, man.
That's crazy.
So because I'm watching on the TV right now on YouTube, and so I mean we see what we see here, but that's what's going on right now. I don't see that on the TV. I'm gonna exit it and go back in and see if it let me do it.
Now all these fucking channels I done seen that's been playing the Mehdi Hassan stuff.
Yep.
And you mess with little old me.
Oh, at least it still says that stream is unavailable. They suspended the stream.
That's crazy.
They must have felt my power as I showed up.
That's crazy. All these channels that's been reacting to this shit. They ain't been speeding up nothing. Hell, I done seen channels playing the whole video.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Welcome to my world. That's what I've been dealing with all this time, and it still says it too. It ain't going away. It's like it says live. It just says with a negative circle. Stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violations.
They blacked out MD.
That's crazy. That just pissed me off.
Yeah.
Understandably.
I know that.
Just pissed me off. All these damn, and I'm thinking I was doing good by just getting the highlight video.
Yep.
I watched that whole damn thing, boy.
I watched it too.
That's
Jubilee. That's Jubilee thinking that they're more important than what they are.
Facts.
Damn Jubilee.
It was amazing to see how easy it was to show how people not only love, absorb, and bathe in white supremacy, but how fast white supremacy leads to racism.
Yep.
It was amazing. Like I was watching this and I was like, I hope all of y'all are watching this so you can see the white supremacy at work that I tell you about, because none of these people are wealthy, but they all think
Okay,
they're better than.
it's back now. When I exit out of YouTube and then I go back in and then go to the video, it's playing now.
Okay, so
Okay,
we're
all
back
right,
live. Hey everybody,
all
this is
right.
the C. This is the C/D Mike. I'm welcoming myself to the show. We're back in. Take Fist Politics 2.0. MD Venkat, let's get it going.
All right.
Yep.
So yeah, Mike, finish giving up your thoughts because you, like I said, you watched the whole thing.
Oh, most
Finish
definitely.
give me your thoughts on what you, like I said, I believe I'm gonna have a different take of both of y'all. But yeah, Mike, go ahead.
I thought it was well, thank you, Mr. MD. I thought it was amazing. What everyone knows, there's two things I stand on that are not me, because MIR is always number one. But I stand on the hammock, fatalist, my fatalist society is here, and I stand on white supremacy. And this show was a group of middle class, broke, regular broke people who felt, because of their skin color, the majority of them, because of their skin color, they were better than others. In this country that not only was built on the backs of people not their color, was continued on the backs of other races that they benefited the most from, because by the time other people got here, they were already entrenched in the majority and already entrenched in power, that they feel like they are the betters. White supremacy at its greatest, and that they've been preened and taught for so long that white supremacy is the power of the day, that they don't even realize they're supremacists, and the ones that do just went straight on to racism, fascism, and this the stupid genocide. That was hilarious when he was like, "Oh, you're a genocidal white genocide guy." Oh man, and it's funny, they try to make it seem intelligent, and that's where the danger comes from. That's why I'll never understand. Like, you don't know this because I don't think it got showed, but there was like a Muslim guy there, an Arab guy there, a mixed guy there.
Yeah,
There's
that was the guy in the beginning of the video. The dude looked like V for Vendetta.
yeah,
I believe they say he was from Iran. I believe they
yes,
said.
yes,
Yeah.
Iran, and it amazes me because I have a person that I want to show with, who I won't mention, who tells me all the time, I don't know why you vote the way you do with them, and I keep telling him, the other side, like the other side has these people, and I could not in good conscience vote with people who think about me like that. It's insane. Now,
Yep.
are there people on my side that are white supremacists? Yes. Are there people on my side that are racist? Yes. But they shut the hell up about it and let me get the majority of the crap I want.
That's an excellent point, Mike. Mike is right on that one. See,
Thank you.
I think
Yep.
let me interject real quick
Jump
because
on.
you brought up an excellent point just now. Again, you can have your conservative view. Me personally, I think it's bullshit, but you can have it. This America, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping on that. What a lot of these people spew out they pie holes, that's not conservatism. That's actually in all facets, it's more of a left wing nationalist perspective that's
Hey, wait a
flawed.
minute.
It's
What
flawed,
do you mean left? What do you mean left wing, MD?
bro. It's all left wing, bro.
Come on.
The Nazis started off left wing, bro. And
Uh,
again, what I'm very precise on what I say, Venkat. You know this. I deal in
yeah.
ideology. I call myself somewhat of a amateur specialist in ideology, right?
Okay.
All of this stuff is left wing. It's not what drives the political view. Well, let me not say that because that would be wrong. It's not what the base has as a political view. It's what forms it. What did I say in the populism video? It's not the causality, it's the effect. Right wingers and left wingers, especially in the age of MAGA, view policy the same as anybody else does. It's the effect that's different. Nationalism is not a policy. Nationalism is not an ideology per se. It's an effect to cause the ideology. That's just a fact. That's the whole. They want free healthcare. They want better paying wages. They, in some ways, they want better
Progressive.
organization in the labor force. That's all
That's
progressive.
progressive.
You know that. You
Yep,
know that.
progressive.
That's a fact. Now the difference is you want it in the terms of a more free-flowing society. They want it in more terms of white folk. That's the only difference. They believe that niggas and immigrants are the reason that we can't get these things. Whereas you believe it's the conglomerates and the neoliberals, so on and so forth. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm not mad. Hey, it's the same the other way around. When people say black people, they're like, why are they all Democrats? And then they ask, they go, oh my God, if you talk to them, you realize they're all conservative. They just not racist. They're not racist against themselves. They have the same beliefs. Like people always say, the difference between rednecks and Southern blacks is skin tone. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Mike is right yet again. You damn right. I identify more, and I'm not. Ain't no shame in me saying this. I identify more with a white person that's in my town than I could Mike in every aspect. That's just a fact, because that's what I grew up around. That's what I'm culturally instinctive to, right?
Mm-hmm.
That don't take away from the. Come on, bro, let me over. My bad, y'all. So, but that don't take away. That don't take away from the cultural aspect of what binds me and Mike together. And when you mess with that, we got a problem. Go ahead, Mike. I ain't gonna interject no more. Go ahead.
No. When you interject with heat and you start off with Mike is right, you know I ain't gonna stop you. That man has figured out. He has figured out how to get me. I'm easy.
Mike is blatant with this. Mike is right stuff.
Hey, since day one, ain't never stopped, baby.
Hey, so far he batting 1,000, man. I can't front.
As I do every show.
I don't know about all that, but go ahead.
Hey, I welcome you. I welcome you to remember the last show. Please tell me what you don't agree with, and you'll see how you got to stumble and fumble and bumble to figure something out. Because Mike is right. Now, my favorite part of the show is the guy who got fired, who was it was so beautiful to watch him feel so comfortable. He was so comfortable in his white supremacy. He was so comfortable surrounded by his like-minded morons that he just went on and spit, oh yeah, I'm fascist, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, do you not know some of your bosses could be whatever? Do you not know how easy it is to get fired in America? I live in Florida. It's an at-work state. They can fire you because you breathe loud. What is wrong with you? But he felt that'll tell you. It's always gang mentality. The second you get a bunch of them together, that's how the parties start. That's how MAGA starts. That's how Nazism starts. That's how it goes. You just get the groups together. You get like, oh, he thinks like me. Oh, he thinks like me. But you're wrong.
So Mike, what about the fact that they're able to crowdfund support? They go off and they bet. Okay, so first of all, they give conservatives a bad name, but they run under that umbrella conservative. They then talk about you need to do your work and be self-sustainable. Bootstrap season all day, right?
Pull yourself by your own bootstrap. I got a video.
My God.
I got a video on this, by the way. We'll play that next.
Hey, you know, I am the worst person to talk about bootstraps when I can name you lakes in this country that only exist to cover destroyed black towns.
Yep.
What? Hey, that's where my people come from. Like all the way. So, hey, bro, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, finish up, Mike. Then I'm gonna go to Vancat. Then we're gonna play that video about him getting fired or whatever.
All right. It's just I'll make it more concise because I could go all day about it. It was the great. I tell whoever hears this, watch it. You learn. I tell people whenever they're talking about women, and I don't worry, I'm not gonna go man talk on you. When I'm talking about women and women's complaints, I always tell people ask more questions. The more questions you ask, the more you'll see the hypocrisy. It's the same thing on white supremacy. Ask more questions. These people will delude and convince themselves that they are something they're not. There are people who make $500,000 that have gotten a head start from their family that go around and say, "I started from the bottom, now I'm here." Look at the who the two little idiot boxer brothers, the little brothers that box and one's a wrestler now. Van Cat.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, the
I
Pauls.
have no. Oh yeah, the
You know
Paul.
them
Yeah.
boys. You know them boys lied and invented a whole story about they came from the hood in Ohio and they were. Man, their parents was wealthy and left them money. Left them money to start their business and to start their Twitch and all that foolishness. But they just, yeah, I'm disadvantaged. They all have that. They have the lie because it's partially to get attention, but it's also partially to show, hey, we had it hard as the Negroes. They're not special. Well, no, you're not special. We're special because we actually came from the bottom and did what you lie about doing. And that's the only thing about crowdfunding I wish was legal was that they had to put the names out of who did it. That's all
Yeah.
I want. All I want are the names so I can see your business, so I can see your job, so I could boycott. The only place in this in this country I think is boycott proof is Walmart. But everyone else can, and Walmart is stupid because what they're about to do, I heard, is they're pushing to make themselves like Amazon more online. And the second they do that, they
doing that
become
already.
boycottable.
Yeah, they doing it already. I get a lot of stuff on Walmart online.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's a fact.
Did you hear the story?
I got a whole subscription to the Walmart Plus. Go ahead.
You heard the story of how that happened? I'll tell you offline. The story's amazing. Okay. They screwed a guy over, and he ended up building. I'll tell you later. It's a hilarious story. But the second they make themselves online, they're no longer the brick and mortar go-to. They become boycottable. They become like Target. They become like B&B. They become like all the companies that we can shit on, and that's all I'm waiting for. I can't wait for Walmart to be totally online, and then we can act like, no, we like Amazon. We don't like Walmart Plus, and just watch as their stock crumble. But that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to like fully go online. That
if they're over 50% online, they're fuckable.
I don't even think it's gonna be 50%. Reason being is the hood market, they done took it over.
Facts. But they gave up the 24-hour. Somebody could come in and get that 24-hour.
Yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, the hood market, yeah, they done embedded themselves in that.
People need to start shopping at Walmart.
That's why they're unboycottable. It breaks my heart, but poor people, they have the business model down. Give them no money, so they got to get food stamps. They get all the food stamps. They got
straight trash.
down.
Their meat suspects. Their home label is frigged up. You ever drink Great Value soda? It's the worst crap of all time. It's like devil piss. It's horrible.
Jesus. They got meat glue. You know about meat glue?
Yes.
I'm dead serious. You ever heard of meat glue?
Yes.
Yeah, they cut out the cancer of the beef and then put all the meat together and use the meat glue that's edible to stick it together to look like steak. Yeah. Man.
Oh yeah. Hey man, look. All I know is when I get home on the weekends, I look forward to my shopping day at Walmart. That's all I know.
Stop it, MD. You need to stop right now.
It is
you
what
need
it is. That's
to stop.
That man, going to Walmart is the highlight of the weekend. It's the highlight of the weekend, bro.
Come on,
when it was
man.
open at 3 a.m, it was my highlight. I used to take babies in there when I was dating girls. I take their infant in there and walk around 3 a.m. while the girls sleep after I knocked it down. I love
Mike,
Walmart.
you sound like Cartman. You sound like Cartman from South Park right now. Going at 3 a.m.
You respect my Walmart authority.
Hey, Van Cat, did you have anything else on that?
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, that whole bootstrap talk that they talk and then you get in trouble for spewing out your bullcrap on national TV or on the internet, and now you're going crying to all the other races, crowdfund me, please, because I can't make no money. I lost my job and blah, blah, blah. But at that point, you should be bootstrapping. And that's the thing. They make conservatives look bad. Like, I think there's been a lot of co-opting of what conservatism is and who conservatives are. And like anybody just consider themselves conservative just because they vote Republican. And it's a deeper meaning to it. It'd be like saying you're a progressive just because you voted a Democrat. It's not the same thing. There's a different, deeper level to it. And his bitch ass just went bailed out and just started begging for money, just like that damn woman that called the little boy N-word. They're just ready to crowdfund like hell. But we will never see none of those bootstraps in action.
Why would you not grift when it's a market to do it? I mean, it's a sad reality. I'll just say this real quick, and then we'll go to the next video. So again, I watched the whole thing. It's damnable to see. But in that aspect, I don't take anything that any of those people said with any type of grant. So I think Jubilee as a whole is bullshit. That's just me.
100%.
It's bullshit.
But when
it's
we
always
watch it,
been bullshit.
are we propping that platform up? Supporting
100%.
that. So that's
100%.
like something we need to think about. Like, are we watching that and then giving them the clicks and the views and all this stuff and making their presence stronger? Is that really worth it?
Hey, they call it viral for a reason, Venkat. They call it viral for a reason. And I'm not subscribed to Jubilee. I think the only two things I've ever watched on Jubilee is this and the 20v1 that Sam Cedar did. That's the only two things I've ever watched with Jubilee.
I thought Jubilee was fried chicken.
Well, that's Jollibee, right?
Oh, Jollibee. See, that tell you how much I know.
I don't even know shit about. Ain't no Jollibee in Georgia. I don't know shit about none of that.
Ain't none in Florida either. I just saw a show.
Jubilee is an X-Men.
Facts. The worst one. Sparkles McGee. You go sit down,
Sparkles, yeah. I'm gonna spark you to death if you don't stop touching my ass.
So with Jubilee, it's all bullshit. The people that were on that panel, they all grifters. They all and I'll be honest with you. Now, this tinfoil hat, but I believe it's all scripted in the confines of Jubilee, not the Mehdi. I don't think Mehdi Hassan knew what was going on.
Well, he said it. He said, where did he get these people from? And I don't think these are the right people for the panel was supposed to be.
He did an interview with Bulwark, and he said to Tim Miller, he said, look, they kind of like lambasted me. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't know. But I guarantee you, that production team, the director of that particular debate, they knew everything. So to me, it's a grip. Now I don't like Mehdi Hassan like at all. So
why not?
Let me tell you why, Venkat. First of all, he a lefty loony. Let's get that on out the way.
Wait, hold on. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see anybody from the left in January 6th. I didn't see anybody from the left doing
that
all
ain't
the
what I
loony
mean,
things.
Venkat.
You saying lefty loony.
That's not what I mean. I said that's not what I mean. I'm talking about lefty loony in terms of he a one-trick pony, and he kind of proved himself a one-trick pony in that debate. Have you ever seen any? Do you know what Speaker's Corner is? It's a place in London that they go. They stand on this one corner and debate all damn day. That's the type of strategy Mehdi Hassan implements. It's a shitty strategy. All he do is overtalk you.
I agree with that.
It's an impactful strategy. It's effective. Where he just inundates you with the same phrase over and over and over again to the point where you just break down. I hate that debate strategy. If I can get Mehdi Hassan in a formal debate where there's like time and I shut the hell up, you talk, you shut the hell. I think I can hang with Mehdi Hasan. Now, Mehdi Hasan is an Oxford grad.
Yeah.
And MD is a nigga from Georgia. I think that I could hang with Mehdi Hasan if you give me the opportunity to speak. It's a lot of stuff that he said in that debate that can be easily like challenged. Easily challenged. That's just a fact. Like when he started talking about the stats of the immigrants. Totally 100% true. What you're not mentioning is who formulates that data and what specific demographic of immigrant you're talking about. She could have easily brought, but she got inundated. She didn't know what the hell was going on. She didn't know.
I don't like
right.
that type of stuff. Yeah, that is.
Mehdi Hasan
in the truth.
Yeah, right. Mehdi Hasan and every other person that you're saying is more likely to be an entrepreneur is part of that model minority group. You know it, and I know it. That's just a fact. Julio don't got a better opportunity than I do. Now, I appreciate Julio for what he do in the community, but he ain't got the same opportunity as you, Mehdi. You know it, and I know it. And that's another thing that when I say lefty loony, I'm talking about those people, those elite, coastal, back in the day they used to be called the abolitionists. You know, back.
Wait, hold on, MD. You called me a lefty loony last week.
But your ideology is lefty loony.
No, it's not.
That's because you follow lefty loonies like Mehdi Hasan. And again, no. I'm not talking about from a policy or ideological stand. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about forcefully pushing certain parameters around what you believe to be. Like I said, it's Gaza or nothing with these people. You know that. Me and you talked about that, Van Cat. You could be talking about avocados with Mehdi Hasan. He gonna implement Gaza in there some type of way. That's just a fact. Now that's not to downplay the atrocities happening in Gaza. No, of course not. But bro, you got to cut it out at some point. At some point in time, you got to have a logical discussion about other policies that affect us here. You got to do it. Lefty loonies don't know how to do that at all. Mehdi Hasan don't know how to talk about what's going on in America because I don't believe that he give a damn, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. So let's get into the second video. So y'all mentioned the guy who just laughed strangely at the fact of being called a fascist. Like, I don't think there's nothing to like laugh at.
Right.
You know.
He was proud.
I mean, I'm talking about a strange laugh. That shit came from his stomach.
Like Freddy Krueger.
You can't tell me he ain't got animals up in his basement somewhere.
Oh, Lord.
Hell, Freddy Krueger more like damn Santa Claus. That was a jolly laugh.
Mm-hmm. That dude was creepy. That dude want to wear skin real bad.
So report came out that apparently he got fired from his job. Now I've heard some conflicting reports. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, it's questionable. We'll talk about that on the other side. Let's take a look at this video. Hell, hopefully this video don't get censored because it's a damage report. So
keep it watching.
I don't know.
No, damage report ain't gonna do that.
I hope not. They left the loonies. They supposed to be down for free speech.
That's
stuff
right.
Like that. Damn, let me see if I can find. Oh hell, I can't find it. I don't see it, Van Cat.
Jubilee debater, is that?
I see it. Yeah, I got it. All right, here we go.
You know, a debate went horribly for you when after it ends, your next move is to run to a crowdsourced charity site. And so Mehdi Hasan was in the debate. He's not the one that needed the charity, but one of the guys that he eviscerated did. And it's this guy. His name technically is Connor, although most of you will know him as Quite Frankly. So he did this debate with Mehdi Hasan as well as many other people as part of that Jubilee thing, for better or worse. And he identified himself as not supporting democracy. He's a Holocaust denier. He's an open fascist. The list goes on, but those three I think are pretty good. And apparently it didn't go well for him, all of these revelations. And so here's a little update on his personal situation.
Unfortunately, I lost my job as a result, and no one really is to blame for that. It's just the culture that kind of exists currently surrounding the manner in which you're canceled for voicing exactly what you said, any heterosexual, Christian sort of moral belief that goes beyond sort of the secularism and the relativism that we're so used to in our time.
I don't know what the heterosexual thing, that's not what people have a problem with you. Why are you so sensitive about that? No, it's the fascist thing. I think it was the thing where you implied that the Nazis weren't that bad to Jewish people. I think it might have been that, actually. I can't say for sure. Also, we're doing a little bit of research here at the Damage Report about backgrounds and having debates about whether a background is too busy. That one was. I don't know what that was about, but you need to dial it back a little bit. But anyway, he feels like he's been canceled. Now, I think that that is rich, considering he just got done doing a debate where he argued that effectively only people that agree with him should have any rights whatsoever. And in fact, the government might start killing people who aren't far-right conservatives. That to me is the ultimate cancel culture, when unless you have the right religion or the right race or the right gender or the right sexuality, you don't have any rights at all. That's worse than you losing your job because you giggle about the fact that you're a fascist on TV. But anyway, he did do that. So he ran to Give, Send, Go to raise money, saying that he was fired for his political beliefs. And he has made, at least as of when we took this screenshot, over $35,000. And so he'll end up making more. I don't know, 100,000, 500,000. And I understand for some of you, this might be depressing to see that you can, like, maybe, I don't even know if he lost his job. He could literally be lying about that. He seems like a terrible person. I don't put lying past him, but let's say he didn't, that he could get a bunch of money just for having been terrible on TV. But I just want to assure all of you, he's getting that money from other terrible people. So it's really just a net zero thing. And you can tell because when we go to what the donors had to say, one says, it's good to see whites standing in unity. Thank you for standing up to malicious brown invaders. I think he's implying that Mehdi Hassan is a malicious brown invader. He's a goddamn US citizen, okay? Or we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. Or this other guy who said we need a white nation, it's our only future, and he contributed $88, because of the Nazi thing. And so, like, is it bad that this fascist got a bunch of money just for being terrible? It's not a good thing, but at least these other fascists now have $88 less. So maybe that's the silver lining. What do you think, Sharon?
Yeah, I mean, that's reaching, but I'll take it. I think, what a trash box, okay? Can anyone just go on, what is it, Give, Go, Send?
Give, Send, Go.
Give, Send, Go. What if I went on there and put up a campaign and said, because I had to hear that trash, I need money. I mean, do you think I would get money for that? This guy, the other part of it is their dear leader who's in the White House used to fire people, right? And that was his right, it was his show, and the private thing. Assuming he works for private people. Now in the government, you have people who are friends with people who they don't agree with the ideology, and they're fired from the FBI and everywhere else. I mean, that's just the way it works. We love free speech. It doesn't mean it's without consequence. He said some really dirty, nasty things. Gross.
Yeah, and let's pretend that we don't know anything about the stuff that he said about his perfect world where he gets to decide who has any rights whatsoever. Let's pretend we don't know that. Okay, so he doesn't think it's fair that he was fired from his job for what he had to say. So are you saying that you don't think employers should, in many states, as they can right now, fire people without any cause whatsoever? Like the right generally believes that every company should be able to do that. Or is it that you believe that they should be able to do that, but just not to you? That sort of hypocrisy seems embarrassing, which is why he won't say it out loud, but it's almost certainly what he actually thinks. And so, again, do they not have a right to say, well, I don't want a potentially violent fascist working for me? Do you think that employers should be obligated to keep people in those positions? Or if it's just that you don't think that we should be picking and choosing based on ideology, well then I'm assuming you're against what Oklahoma announced that we covered yesterday on the show, where they're gonna be doing an ideological test for whether or not you'll be allowed to teach in Oklahoma. You have to agree with all their MAGA nonsense or whatever. I'm assuming you're going on a crusade against that since you're so against cancel culture based on ideology. No, they don't mean literally any of this. And I'm gonna end our talk about this by acknowledging one thing. In the interview or the debate with Mehdi Hassan, Mehdi asks his name at one one point, and he pauses for a second and then eventually gets around to saying Connor, although again, I think his legal name is quite frankly. And Mehdi said, you stumbled there for a bit. And he said, oh, it's because I go by, I don't know if he said a pseudonym or a handle online. And what I love about this experience is it's a reminder of why these sorts of guys typically do that. They come up with a fake name. They take a photo of, I don't know, like a Roman statue or whatever, and that's their avatar. Because your opinions suck and polite society or sane society doesn't like it. We don't like people like you. A society cannot exist if there's a critical mass of people like you. And you like looked at Trump and you saw, oh, these billionaires get to say horrible fascistic things. Maybe it's our time now too. No, we still don't like most people like you. And so this is a learning lesson for other proto-fascists out there. You should continue to hide your identity because it's bad for your employment prospects and probably really bad for your relationship prospects too.
All right. So there you have it. That's what you guys brought up earlier about the guy possibly being fired from his job. Now, first off, let me say this: there were some conflicting reports that came out. I believe some people that knew him, either professionally or personally, or whatever, said that he got fired before this Jubilee thing even came out.
I believe that one. I believe that. Like
I would. Nobody knows if it's true or not. That's what was reported. So it goes back to what I mentioned before. A lot of these people that do these social media stunts, whatever, I'm not saying that they don't hold these positions. They very well could be racist, fascist, neo-Nazis, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, I don't even think it's about that. It's about the bag, folks. Let's just keep it real. Because they understand it's a market for everything that you could possibly think of. No matter how dumb, no matter how kinky, no matter how idiotic it may sound, somewhere, someplace in America, it's a dude that believes it. That's just a fact. So he said, man, look, I'm on Jubilee. I need to come up. People know who I am. I went viral for laughing like Santa Claus and saying stupid shit. I need to make some money. And he got the bag. Now, I thought about putting him in the lame duck. That's what you saw, the Reaper come and rear his head and the bell rung out. So that's just to let you know that the Duck Reaper is watching. So
in consideration.
We don't know his fate yet. But, you know, just know that the Reaper is watching. Now, with that being said, it's no telling how much money this dude is about to make. Literally off of nothing. So why not just sit his fat ass home and talk about Nazis and fascists? Why not? If people gonna pay you for it. What say you, Van Cat?
I mean, I get what you're saying, and for some strange reason, in the conservative Republican circles, there's a lot of money to be made in the propaganda game. And so a lot of people are playing that role. And a lot of people are getting the money that they can for the time they can get it. And I just hate that about politics because that's what's stalemating a lot of progress and things that we could get done. Because there's a lot of disingenuous people in politics and providing so-called, quote-unquote, political views. It's not a political view. It's more of a tactic or a means to an end to get paid to support these jackasses that have the money. I don't agree with it. I understand it happens, but I still don't agree with it. And I think it's a waste of time. I think that jackass, he's playing the game and they should know better and see it. And I don't understand why, quote unquote, conservatives, Republicans, or whatever they want to call themselves this week, I don't understand why they willingly give up money to support that. Like, I don't understand. Like, is really owning the libs that important? That important that you're willing to give up your own money to put on a cause that's not just, It's just lame as hell. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's sad that, and again, this goes back to my position of saying a lot of these MAGA maniacs and these these neo fascists, they live in grievance, if that make any sense. They don't give a shit
100%
about
sense.
they don't give a shit about the policy.
Nope.
They don't give a damn. They don't even give a damn how it affect them, whether it's negative or positive. You could be assed out on the street, and it goes back to the old adage. If you say that a nigga is lower than you, they'll empty their pockets for you.
Hey,
The
what is
semblance
that?
holds true.
What is that about? What are they holding above everything else?
I'm gonna let you. I'm not
White
gonna say it. I'm
supremacy.
gonna let you
White
say it.
supremacy. Thank you. He ain't want to say it. Van Cat, you saw it. That's all it is. And if they found a new loophole to use white supremacy to get rich, they go and do it. As long as it's one of them doing it, they'll be okay with it. The second blacks start doing it, it's gonna be a scourge on the nation. That's what it is. You know what's amazing? I'm gonna say this one thing because I think you guys ate all the meat off of the bone. Pause off of this because yeah, anybody would do it. It's human nature to be rich, to try to get rich off of doing nonsense that you kind of believe in. But I just want to say this: isn't it amazing how it used to take like let's say 50 years for in my opinion, for a political party to look to be able to look back and be like, wow, we're different. You know what I mean? Like you look back and you go, man, Woodrow Wilson will look at the party now and think, wow. You know what I'm saying? But with this MAGA, it's like you don't have to go past Bush W and be like, wow, this is crazy. Because they used to be like Ronald Reagan wouldn't even realize his party, but now it's like W wouldn't either, and he's alive.
That's very true.
It's just it's just amazing how Trump can bring out the worst in people, but it was always there, so I can't blame him. He just tapped into it. So once again, as I say every day, I got hammocks waiting on you guys. Whenever you're ready, come through. Me and Twin already setting up some we got a firecracker stand and we got some ribs. Come through. Bring some condiments.
You said a firecracker stand. Y'all gonna be out there selling TNT fireworks?
Hey, that's how the hippies made money back in the day. And we get anybody that needs to get rid of oil, we'll take oil. Take all your cooking oil so we can put it in our cars. We got cars that run on oil.
Speaking of that, I don't have it this week. At some point in time, I don't know if y'all guys heard about the Julian Brown dude. We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have to talk about that too, the plastiline guy.
Oh, they killed him.
I'll probably try to.
Missing.
The what guy? Say that again, MD. You kind of broke up. The what guy?
The plastiline guy.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it later on.
Was that actually the name? Because that's hilarious.
Yeah, plastiline. Yeah, that's what he called it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Like I said, I'll try to fit. I maybe try to fit that in next week. We got to talk about that. It's inspiring and crazy all at the same time. But anyway,
that's what they said about all inventions, bro. All inventions.
Hey, I'm glad you said that. We'll talk about it. So my last take again. It's always a grift. It's always $1 to be made somewhere, even for the most outlandish things. That's just a fact. Hell, I'm trying to figure out what we need to do to go viral. I need to say some crazy shit and put it on X or something.
Facts.
And we go viral. I would love to be at the house. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I think we all would love to be at the house.
Facts.
I'll put y'all on. Ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Please do.
But it is.
I'll kick up a percentage to you, sir.
Now you know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna bulge my damn right eye out and shave the top of my head, and I ain't gonna do all that. Uncle Ruckus style. But hey, it's a market for that too. I mean, look at all these niggas out here saying the crazy. Yeah. Look, hey, it's a market, bro. Yep. It's a market. I ain't going. I
love
mean,
to
I'm an
see Negroes
individualist
selling
and
each other
all.
out.
I'm an individualist and all. I ain't going that far. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
I ain't
But
gonna
all right,
lie.
let's.
I think you and your mama need to make a show, because when I heard your mama, Negro, that woman is a genius.
I told you, bro. Now my mama is a lefty. Me, Van Cat, you will love her, bro, because she a lefty loner.
Oh, man.
That's just a fact.
Oh, man.
She a lefty. She a straight up lefty loner. You know, I sharpen my sword talking to her, because that's all we talk about is politics.
As you
Pretty much.
should. Yep. I don't even
That's
think they
all we
say I
talk
love you
about.
to each other no more. They just be like, "Did you see what MAGA did today?" And they just start. That's how they
Hey,
say I
pretty
love
much.
you. It's like me and my mom in board games. We don't even say I love you. I just like set up the board and we just go to war. I'm
Pretty
jealous.
much.
I love it.
If I see my mom call me or I call my mom, chances are it's gonna be about some political shit.
Some new policy that just dropped.
That's where I get it from. That's just a fact.
Yeah, I love it.
So, you know, it is what it is. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next story. So earlier this week, we had a mass shooting in New York City. Now, I want to talk about the main thing, which is CTE. We're gonna wait till later on because I got 2 videos. We gonna get to the CTE thing because that's what I want to talk about. See, and this why, Trey, man, hey, y'all gonna have to mend some fences some type of way, bro.
He who should not be mentioned.
This conversation needed to be had, and I even told him, I said, hey, look, man, we're gonna be talking about CTE tonight. You know, I know that's a hot topic, but
Well, MD, you don't want to have people come on your show and ask you what's your opinion, and then when you give the opinion, then you start over talking them, and then you cut off the stream. You don't want to do that.
Van Cat, don't involve
MD.
don't involve me in that, bro.
I'm just saying, MD, you don't want to be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't involve me in that, man.
And you don't
I
like
don't know
it's
what
weird when MD
Think of the
and Wayne are
children,
doing the
MD. Think
exact
of the
same
children.
thing. You know life is weird when MD and Wayne are doing the exact same thing. Both of them have the exact same thought process, trying to fix it. And I'm not. That's crazy. I'm like, hey, they both told me to mind my business, so I shut up.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
All right, let's get into this video of the New York shooting. Let me find it. Which one is it? I got 2 of them. Okay, here we go.
A 27-year-old drives clear across the country from Las Vegas to New York City. Takes him a couple of days. He arrives at a 44-floor office tower, goes in, ends up killing 4 people, then himself.
You're looking right now at live pictures from the ground. All of the officers with their guns drawn.
We're hearing that there have been multiple people shot.
What happened appears to have been planned, but executed in error. I'll show you how. So the critical disclaimer here is that this mass shooting just happened. So even as New York's police commissioner was explaining to reporters how this unfolded, she began with a reminder.
The information that I'm about to provide is preliminary and subject to change.
But what I've done is to combine the accounts of the commissioner with that of the city's mayor, along with media reports. Those will become important when we get to what we're learning about the shooter himself. But let's start here. According to police, the shooter lived in Las Vegas. There are about 37 hours of highway between there and New York. He gets into his black BMW and drives through Colorado on Saturday, July 26th. He spends the weekend continuing through Nebraska and Iowa. Likely inside that car at that time was an M4 assault-style rifle, which we'll see in a moment. Police would also find a revolver, ammunition, and a backpack. The drive continues the next day through Columbia, New Jersey. The car spotted at 4:24 p.m. Monday, just hours before the shooting would take place. According to New York police, this is roughly the time and date Shane Tamura would enter city limits. He double parks his car on Park Avenue, just outside the building he is about to enter with a loaded weapon. This is a now widely circulated photograph, a surveillance image of the man believed to be Shane Tamura, armed, police say, with that M4. There is no attempt to hide his weapon here, and he's shown walking squarely across the plaza that is the building's main entrance.
This is a guy who went into that building intending to kill someone, and probably knowing he was not going to come out alive.
I mentioned this building is huge, 44 floors high. It's also in an incredibly busy part of Midtown Manhattan, just blocks away, St. Patrick's Cathedral, and steps from there, Rockefeller Center. This is all unfolding during evening rush hour in the most populous city in America.
At 6:28 p.m., the 911 call center started receiving multiple 911 calls for an active shooter inside of 345 Park Avenue at 52nd Street in Manhattan. What happened next is under an active investigation, and details are still coming in.
As the shooter approached the building, if you were to stand where he was, this is roughly what you might have seen. Wide open space leading to multiple entrances. And if you were in the lobby, you would have been lucky to be far from those doors, but it's wide open here too. You can see the main entrance doors in the distance where the shooter appeared to enter. And from his perspective, it might have looked like this. This is a virtual tour from a site that lists real estate called VTS. It shows long hallways in two directions and a security desk.
The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. One additional male is shot in the lobby.
That officer was technically off duty as a member of New York City Police, but working rather as building security at the time. We don't know whether he had a gun, and if he did, whether he had any time at all to shoot back, but he wouldn't survive. Neither would a woman trying to hide behind a pillar, nor a security guard who tried to take cover behind a security desk. And according to the city's mayor, the death of that guard would play an important role in what was about to happen next.
The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed.
And this is where the story takes a major turn, because according to Mayor Eric Adams, speaking on morning TV,
he appeared to have gone to the wrong floor.
There are two different elevator banks, Adams would say. Some banks don't go to every floor. He appeared to have gone to the wrong bank, and he ended up on the floor of Rudin Management. There's a reason the mayor believes the shooter was trying to get to a different part of the building, which I'll explain in a moment. But instead, he goes to the 33rd floor, where, according to media reports, the woman who had just moments earlier left that elevator unharmed was headed. What New York's mayor would add to this, speaking to MSNBC, was that the elevator at that moment could have been stopped.
They implemented so many safeguards, and even to the point that they could have stopped the elevator from moving in any direction or bringing it back to the floor.
Except the security guard capable of operating it was killed at the security desk. So the shooter moved on.
He goes up to the 33rd floor, which is Rudin Management, and begins to walk the floor, firing rounds as he traveled. One person was struck and killed on that floor. He then proceeds down a hallway and shoots himself in the chest.
According to police, the shooter would die from this self-inflicted gunshot wound. All of this would have happened over the course of minutes. According to witnesses, within about a half hour of this photograph being taken, people who had been trapped inside the building with the shooter began to leave, their hands up, finally able to escape.
I want to be very clear. We believe this to be a lone shooter, and there is no longer an active threat to the public.
That's what we know about what happened. What's harder to understand is the why. Police say the shooter suffered from mental illness. A documented mental health history is how they put it, without elaborating. But CNN adds to this, citing their own inside source, that investigators found a suicide note in the shooter's back pocket. That in this note, he claimed to suffer from chronic traumatic encephalopathy. That's a brain injury from repeated hits to the head. And that he had used this note to express grievances with the National Football League.
He wasn't there looking to kill people at random. He could have done that right on the streets of Midtown Manhattan with that rifle and taken a lot more lives.
The NFL has offices on the 5th floor of the building the shooter entered. CNN also reports that the shooter used to play football competitively. And that one thing he requests in the note, study my brain, please. We don't know how differently this might have turned out if the shooter had found his way to those NFL offices instead of where he actually ended up. But at the time I record this, of the 4 victims killed, we know the most about the first.
A member of the New York City Police Department, Officer Islam. He served in the 47th Precinct. He was just 36 years old. And early tonight, I met with the officer's family. I told them that he was a hero.
He's the officer shot first in the lobby. According to media reports, Didarul Islam was a father of 2. His wife is pregnant with their 3rd. And in time, we are likely to learn more about the other victims. But where it comes to the shooter, his motivation, his criminal history, if any, that investigation will take longer. Because police will be interested to know not only why this happened, but also whether he could have been stopped.
Okay. All right. So that was the case of Shane Tamor. So
that was a great breakdown. He usually does great work on stuff like that.
Yeah, man. CBC, man. That's slowly but surely like becoming like my go-to for a lot of like world news or whatnot. CBC is on it, man. If Ricardo was up here, he'll tell you. But so a couple of things come to play here. When they initially reported the shooting, there was a lot of backlash. I believe it was CNN. They reported that the dude was possibly white, and it was on Twitter and all these places, it was an uproar. All CNN did was report the stuff that was coming in to them from the NYPD. What? That's what news corporations do. They get news and they report it. They didn't say he was white 100%. They said possibly. So what difference does that make? I don't know.
Because they're trying to say CNN is fake news, but
in the report they said possibly though.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can't speculate no more.
Right.
And with the mass murdering profile in this country, it would be it was a smart guess.
Yeah, exactly. Now the dude's last name is Tamura. Now that sounds Jap to me.
I was gonna say Palomalu-ish.
Again, when they showed it like his ID photo, whatever, yeah, that's a black dude, but it looked like he got some Jap in it. It could be something different. I don't know. But his eyes kind of tight in the photo. You know what I'm saying? So
MD being malicious tonight.
MD said he said open your eyes. I already am.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so I don't know too many brothers with the last name Tamor. I can say it's possible. Anything possible. But it looked like he got some type of Asian in him, and there was a backlash with that. A lot of these FBA morons saying, "Oh, it don't count because he ain't fully black." Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Like that, just insane. Again, listen to and this was say the one drop. Hey, man, a whole nother argument. Now, this was the craziest part of that video to me, and it happened in the beginning, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. He said that the trip from Vegas to New York was roughly 37 hours. The dude drove from Vegas to NYC in 2 days.
He must have had the diaper playing like that white woman.
2 days, bro. I'm not that ain't my strong suit, math. I don't know. But I believe they come out roughly 18 and a half? I believe. I could be wrong. 18 and a half hours of driving each day. Ain't no way in hell.
With CTE?
With CTE. That was possibly how he did it, with the CTE. Or either he was high as a damn kite. Either
The
one.
CET
I don't
got
know.
him extra focus.
I don't know how that was possible, but he did it. From Sunday to Monday, he drove from Vegas to New York City. I just be damned. But what y'all got on that?
That man is he's amazing. That's terrifying and focused. And I couldn't do that without CTE. So
I don't see how you could do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see how you could do it.
I'm starting to think that old joke about I want to get AIDS like Magic Johnson. I want to get CTE like this dude. I could probably focus at work better.
Or somebody want to get AIDS because they can lose weight? Is that the whole
What
purpose?
the hell?
No,
I mean, that's the whole purpose.
They say Magic Johnson because he got rich.
Oh.
Yeah, and he got great at business after he got AIDS or after he got HIV.
Let me bring up this point too. Also, I'm gonna let you go, Venkat. We'll go to the next video. Remember, and this goes back to the CTE conversation. Remember, they said he shot a couple of people in the lobby. Then he went to one of the lobby banks to get on the elevator. A lady came off the elevator. He just let her walk. He didn't shoot her. So obviously, I don't know if that could have been a play in what the mental illness was, or was it just like something that was directed? I don't know.
So MD,
Man, she probably worked for the NFL herself.
So MD, we really understand fully what it means to have CTE? Meaning,
no.
If you have CTE, are you Jason Voorhees, where you just killing everybody you see, or are you able to pick and choose? Like, would Chris Benoit have killed like somebody else that was not in the equation? Would he just keep killing and killing and killing and killing, or was he focused on?
If somebody was in the house that could possibly be a witness, I'm pretty sure he would have killed him too.
I don't know.
But again,
I think we think of CTE as a very specific, like, it's all or nothing, and they're not like gray areas to it that we may not still fully understand. I don't know if CTE means kill everybody. I think you could still. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know why I think it's like voices. I think it's like voices and irrational thoughts.
And it probably hit everybody differently too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a clear cut thing.
Just like Alzheimer's or dementia hit elderly patients differently. It ain't all like one baseline thing.
Right.
It's not. So in that aspect, yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, because I don't think Chris Benoit driving 18 hours. I mean, like, I don't know if like the same instance happens with everybody, and then there's different levels to the damage, and there's so many intangibles that could be there.
I'm gonna say I think Chris Benoit's was more severe because he literally spent the entirety of his adult life slamming his head into things.
Yep.
Like jumping off. Like I understand that football. At least in football, they have something to protect it, and there's a break-in. But this man was every day jumping off the top rope, slamming his head into the ground on somebody.
Steel chairs, shots to the head,
so
to the back of the head. Even.
All right, man. We're talking about CTE, so we'll talk about it more on the next side of this video.
It's not, again, and it's sad again. We don't know if that's what his issue was, and if he, know. But I do know. Look at this. So we know. Just to name some of these, Junior Seau, Aaron Hernandez, Andre Waters, Dave Durison, they all had confirmed CTE. And when you start to look further into these numbers, it's absolutely it's astonishing what they found. So look at this. 92% of the folks that they actually have studied, I take that back,
It's 99.
99%.
It was 99 out of 100 at one point.
Have played in the NFL that they feel that had it. That had 15 plus years. 99% of the brains that they have studied had CTE. So the Boston University, who's been at the epicenter of this, they've been leading this. Again, they had 345 brains. Of the 376, and of 345 of them were former NFL players studied. 92% of them had CTE. And of those numbers, that's where we get the 99% that play 15 or more.
Yes.
Had it.
Yeah.
So you look at the names we led. We talk about it. And to me, that's why I said it reminds me of cigarettes. Hey, I'm telling you now.
You're right, yeah.
It can cause cancer. You can die, or you can be sick, or secondhand smoke. In this case, it'll be hurt to your family, pain that they have to go through if you end up having these brain issues.
Right.
People are still signing up. We're watching at crazy numbers. We're attending at crazy numbers. Business is booming, and that's just where we are. And the NFL has pretty much survived anything. We know that they were lying about CTE.
Yes.
We get the information about CTE. We get a movie about CTE, and we still consume and we watch it. And you see, the guy can kneel, and people felt like, hey, he shouldn't be penalized because he kneeled. And Colin Kaepernick, people are still watching. Domestic violence issues, people are still watching.
Yeah.
So if you're the NFL, you have just put you're there in opposition with the king, and we've just consumed, and we're entrenched. It's entrenched in us, and we love it, and it's not going anywhere. And to me, that's why hearing this guy's story, don't know if it's true. Horrific events, terrible events, terrible decision making. No one deserved this. But on the CTE side of the conversation, to me, I think here we are, say 20 years later, from really becoming a conversation. I don't think that we care.
Yeah.
I don't think that we care. And I think that the NFL kind of has gone, whew.
Yeah. And it's a conscious.
Dodge that bullet.
And you know why? Because it's a conscious decision by everybody. So you're putting the power in everybody else outside of the entity, outside of the shield, right? We've confirmed it. Whatever, however much or small or how big that confirming was, it's been confirmed, right? So now it's up to you. As a consumer, as a player, it's up to you. Like, the warnings, like you said. You talked about it perfectly well with the cigarette analogy. I love that because the olden days of TV, the olden days of film, the olden days, the images that we saw was, with a cool, like, rustic-looking actor with some Wrangler jeans and puffing a cigarette, and that was cool.
Yeah.
And so we talk about the consumerism when you look at the product of the NFL, right? For the most part, when you look at that, the things that they do on the field, like, we'll sit back and say, man, that's cool.
Yep.
And so the correlation 100% adds up.
Okay. All right. So they brought up some pretty important points in regards to what we see versus how we feel about just the extreme damage that these players put themselves through in order for our entertainment. Because at the end of the day, it's all about that paper. What's making the money? You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know the extent of this dude playing high school ball. I mean, I played high school football. I live for hitting the motherfucker. That's what I love to do the most. I can't tell you how many times. Now, I was a fullback and a short goal line back. That's what I was. I remember the days of the Oklahomas and we used to call them arrow drills, where like the running back group would have to shoot a particular hole to block or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times I got up, literally seeing stars, literally. I sat back again and did it again because that's what I wanted to do. Now I understood I wasn't gonna be no fullback or no running back in the NFL. I was too short, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. But some of these kids these days, especially, man, look, I'm gonna put a video in the group probably after I stop after the show. So the high school my kids go to just unveiled their new football stadium. That shit looked like something out of college football. That's just a fact. Now my kids quit football. They say, hey, look, man, like I ain't good enough. I don't want to play no more. Fine, whatever. But the school that they go to, week 1, they'll be on ESPN. That's the type of school. It's a football factory. These kids, they probably averaging 5 to 6 concussions a year. That's just a fact.
That's crazy.
Part of the reason being because they pushing themselves that hard to go to the next level. That's just what it is. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying how much damage are you willing to take? How much physical strain are you willing to go through in order to achieve your goal? Now, he made a point. Hey, look, just like cigarette, he made the cigarette analogy. You know what the hell you're doing when you take that puff. Hey, it is what it is. I need to calm my nerve. I used to smoke cigarettes. Hey, trust me, I know. Cancer sticks is what they call them. And you willingly smoke that cancer stick. Willingly. Is it a problem if we say we willingly put ourselves, even wrestlers, even Benoit? You brought up Benoit. Benoit knew the risk, but Benoit put 1,000% in every match. It didn't matter if it was opening, it was in the mid card or the main event. That's a fact. Me and you both know that, Vancat. And
I
Mike.
know it too. I know it too.
Right. Y'all know that. The same with these kids going to college, playing football. They giving it everything they got.
I'd like to go
yeah,
first.
Right. They giving it everything they got because they trying to make it. Some of these kids come from nothing. Not like literally nothing. All they got is they freakism when it comes to their genes. That's all they got. They a big nigga. At the end of the day.
Correct.
I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get this NFL contract. So go ahead, Mike.
All right. I have some strange questions I want to ask you guys first. First, when you are intimate with a woman, do you always kiss them? That's a question, a serious question to both of you.
Do I always what?
No.
Do you always kiss them?
No.
It's a loaded question, but no.
No.
You don't. You don't always kiss a woman when you're making love or having sex with them.
No.
Do you always kiss your wife goodbye? Or
No.
your significant other goodbye?
No.
No.
Do you more than regularly kiss women when you're intimate with them?
Say that again, Mike. Say that again.
Do you more?
He said
often
more than
not
regular.
Kiss a woman? If you're intimate with a woman, do you more often kiss them than not kiss them?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
All right. Hold on. Oh, dang it. I went too far in that one. What was the other one? Shoot us one more question. Do you kiss them? And what's the age for cigarette smoking? What's the age you're allowed to in America to buy cigarettes?
Is it 18?
It varies. It varies state by state.
21.
They bumped it up to 21.
Give me the range.
They bumped it up to 21.
Okay.
In my state, they did.
Now I will say this: the cigarette argument is null and void because it's something that's regulated until you're a pseudo adult or close to what an adult would be. But I call them fake adults because 18-year-olds are still stupid.
Right.
But it's regulated. Football is something that's played by 4-year-olds. Football and full contact football is played by children. Now I ask this: Vancat, did you play football?
Hell no.
Okay, I played football. I was a fullback, offensive guard because I could run, and a defensive tackle. I will tell you that, MD, did you play against anybody that could have made it to the league?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What was the percentage of people you played against that could have made it to the league?
A small percentage.
When we played the high school, my kids, see, I went to a different high school that was in the same division as the school that my kids are in right now. We played them every year. When we played them, I got my ass knocked out like every other play.
Exactly. That's what I wanted.
Motherfuckers big as hell.
That's what I wanted. Thank you. Yeah, because when we played St. Thomas, it wasn't no joke. But here, right, feel me on this. Okay. That's all I needed. I thank you all. Football, the kind of football that you and I played is not the football I think that brings CTE to the surface. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe it affects it. I believe if prolonged, it could get there. But the football we played isn't the football they're playing in college. I went to college. I tried. I'm not gonna tell him if you heard me talk, you know where. I tried out for football, and I learned that if a 6 foot, 320 at the time pound dude, fat dude that could run a 5.0, 5.1 might be fantastic in high school, but at the school I went to, I'm third center bench. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Big facts.
Yeah, you become a small fish in a big ass pond at that point.
Big facts. If even a fish, I was probably krill. So the amount of hitting that it takes to go to a Division II college, much less Division I, roller coaster wise, drives up the CTE. I believe that could be hitting. Then you take it to the NFL. People like to think that there's scrubs in the NFL. There are no scrubs in the NFL. Everybody in the NFL was the best or the second best person on their team. That's a fact. That's not me guessing. That's not me joking. That's just what it is. There's 7 rounds in the draft. 7 rounds for maybe 20 positions, 20-some positions. Every single person drafted was the best on their squad.
Elite.
So now that we've gotten that out the way, I'm gonna focus first on why people play it. Just like you guys said, when you make love to a woman, you naturally kiss. It's a thing that you might not do it everyone because it might not be someone you like, but it's a natural instinct.
You might be with a whore. Yeah, hell,
exactly. It would take an extenuating circumstance for you not to do it because it's a natural thing. By the time these people who have been playing football since children, Pop Warner, that's 4 to 6. By the time they get to the place where their mind is developed enough to go, hey man, I probably shouldn't be doing this. It's already been indoctrinated. It's already in them. By the time they get to the point where they can make a rational decision, it's already in them. To become an elite person at anything physical, you must start at an age where you do not have bodily autonomy. You must start at an age where somebody else has to make decisions for you about this. Most people that play basketball don't play basketball because they love it. They play it because somebody walked through the school and said, hey, boy, you tall. Come to basketball practice.
Yeah,
that's just how it works.
That's a fact.
So the whole thought process about, oh man, he old enough, he made a decision. Hey man, I don't want to hear that, because in football, in basketball, even in wrestling, well, maybe wrestling a little less because most people start wrestling after they've already had another physical endeavor that failed, and they decided I could be good at this too. But that is
I wrestled in high school.
Right. But I'm saying professionally.
Okay.
Now, it's a mind training, a training that is hard to break, and they take advantage of the fact that the mind that loves this thing is already sick in itself. For you to wake up one morning and enjoy crashing into another person, you can't tell me you already don't have a thing going on in you. And I'm talking about me too, because I went to the beach with a bunch of friends, and I would see dudes walking in the beach, and I would run behind them and just crash them in their back. And I did that.
But that's a fact, though.
Yeah,
right, Mike. You're right. Because, like I said, we grew up playing tackle in the street. That's how we grew up.
Facts. And loved every second of it.
Yeah,
loved it. And I didn't even get to the part. So I'm hitting everybody at the beach. They all got mad at me, and they all jumped me at the same time in the shallow water, tackled and bashed me down. And when they were done and I was sitting there with my shirt ripped up and tore up, you know the first thing I did? I laughed because it was hilarious and fun. That's the kind of minds we have growing up the way we grew up. So to take that in addition to the indoctrination that you already have from being a child, I cannot sign up for you are old enough, you should have known better. So take that and move that out the way. Now, as far as CTE goes, from what I've learned about CTE, what it does is it enhances who you are. So if you're already an aggressive person, which you have to be to make it to high level. And when I say high, I mean Division II. I don't mean NFL. I mean Division II football. To make it to Division II football, you have to have a high level of aggression. You have to have a high level of pain tolerance. You have to have a high level of not give a damn itis. Okay? To make it to there, then you have this thing that is constant concussions. And everyone knows once you have a concussion, the second concussion is easy as hell to get, especially if you don't get treatment for it. Easy as hell to get the second one. There's a quarterback for the team who's loved by he who will not be named who can verify that. It's
Hey, Mike, real quick. Have you ever, when you were playing football, did you ever get lockjaw?
Lockjaw, no, but I did see the stars and I did see the world moving in circles. Like I had vertigo. It was crazy.
Now I just learned this a few years back that lockjaw was actually a symptom of a concussion. I didn't know that.
Really?
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, you might not even know you had a concussion.
And I used to get.
They call it just getting your bell rung.
And I used to get lockjaw all the time. Like I would go, we take water break, I squirt the water, and my shit just locked up. I'm like, oh, my jaw fucked up. I used to get that all the time. I just thought maybe it was like because I was dehydrated or whatever, like I was getting spasm in my jaw or something. But that's actually a symptom of a concussion. I did not know that.
That's probably why you were conservative for so long. See?
But look, but look how easy it is for us to brush it off as a little minor, no big deal, brush it off type stuff, And that's the other danger about it, not knowing, and then you continue going on thinking it's not a big deal, and you're just adding and making a bigger deficit to the problem.
But so you guys see what I'm saying? That's why I don't buy the whole. See, the difference between the people who are talking about it and the people who are affected by it, these are people who came out on the other side looking okay. The Shannon Sharps. Oh, I would be willing to blah, 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 blah. That's because your mind wouldn't take it there. Benoit, and I'm not a medical professional, Benoit was dark before CTE. But he never crossed that line. I think CTE made him cross that line. I think CTE made it easy for him to cross that line. Hey, 100%. I have dark thoughts. I hate the thought of hurting animals. I don't like people beating on little kids, but I see bad kids and I'll be like, I'll punt that little
hold on now, Mike, because there was that episode of TFP where I played that dog getting abused and you just laughed. I don't know, man. The dog got abused and you just laughed.
Is that video where it threw the dog over the fence? I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Mike was laughing like hell.
I need to see the video again because if I giggle again, then you know it's real.
Oh Lord.
I need to see that video.
I didn't look at it from that. I give credit to Mike on that. Looking at it from the aspect of like consent and what you can consent to. That's a fact, man. A lot of these kids that are in like under 7, under 6, playing football, you get that. And I didn't even play. I started playing football in middle school. I ain't even play Pop Warner or none of that. But some of these kids, man, they just get the mentality. Hey, look, in order for me to get on the field, I got to hit your ass as hard as I possibly can. That's just a fact.
Facts.
And a lot of times that's what gets you on the field.
I didn't even bring up the emotional manipulation. You got to get mama a house. You're gonna be mama's star.
Yeah, that's a fact. Now you going into the realm of Man Talk Monday, huh?
My bad. I won't go too far.
No, it's all good.
I gotta take care of the family. I'm the man of the family. I just watched them say hi mom on TV after winning the Super Bowl. I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? It's oh God. It's so complex and more nuanced than I made a decision. And no, that literally when I hear professional athletes talk about it, the first thing I think is Dave Chappelle saying, I do not go to Ja Rule for my news.
Yeah.
That's why
I mean,
they
hell,
shouldn't be talking.
you brought up Shannon Sharp. That's all Shannon Sharp say. Oh, we grew up. It was 30 of us in this little concrete building, and we
Yeah,
had to
he's
go.
not too smart now. Got dropped
we
by
had to go shit
ESPN. That's a
outside in the
dumbass.
woods.
Okay, we had to
You
go.
know,
We
and
had
all
running
that.
water, but me and Sterling had to get a house for grandma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all he say. But that don't take away from the fact
He's a dumbass.
Hey, I would love to disagree with you, but you see he's getting sued again, right?
Yep.
about a second woman that came out.
Oh my
And now they
lord.
suing the show. They suing the show now. Once the whores get the smell of blood, they coming.
There you go.
But why is you 50-something years old whoring?
Exactly.
And you at peak physical condition at that age.
You know how
I
much
ain't got
you know
no
how much
bail
money
for him.
he's lost?
I ain't got no bail for him, bro. I ain't got no bail for him. If I
I
look like
mean-
that at 56, bro, I'd be knocking down Eddie Murphy old work. I'd be knocking down these baddies at 40, knocking down these baddies at 30, because they'll give it to you just like regular thoughts. That's how they are nowadays. But I'm not paying no chick $15,000 a cheek or whatever when she's just a regular
50.
degular white broad. You
50 a
crazy.
cheek.
Like I said, my position is he overcompensating for his true feelings. That's just me.
You think so?
That's just me. Like I said, man, let it out, Shannon. Stop.
He's lost so much money though. I mean, he done blew off that big contract he had, sponsorship. Now he got let go from ESPN. That was more money. And it's money doing really nothing. Come on. You're talking about football and sports. That's nothing, man, for like 2 hours.
That's that CTE. He got CTE where Mike just said it. You trying to express something to the extreme where that CTE. That's that CTE.
Mm.
I say just let it all hang out, Shannon.
You think Shannon should go
want
ahead
to
and
be.
get some rainbow shirts?
Yeah, be who you want to be, man. Stop playing, man. Golly.
Oh boy. Yeah,
Hey, I'll
you
say
saw
this,
that
that's
video
another
when he
MIR.
that video when he had the
Shannon was
bag.
gonna go down and they ain't want to listen.
When he's holding that bag.
Man. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, man. Sleeping with the OnlyFans women, you ain't got to prove nothing.
Lord.
Let it all hang out. Is what I tell them.
Get that fanny pack on.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So we've come to this time, and we're gonna go and get up out of here, man, because it's running late.
Shout out to my twin. The mouse has put Shannon on the back burner.
For whom the bell tolls.
That's hilarious.
The duck comes for us all.
That is hilarious.
Again, I told you at the beginning of the show, we got a double duck. We got
Donald
a double
and
duck
Daffy.
tonight.
Donald and Daffy.
You reap what you sow. Though I walk through the battle of the shadow of the duck, I fear no evil.
I will fear no quack.
So with that being said, let's get into tonight's double duck. Lame duck number 2 and lame duck number 3.
Hi. I want to thank the League of Women Voters and St. Lucie County Television for putting this on, and thank you for watching. My name is James Taylor, and I'm running for St. Lucie County Commission. When candidates ask for your vote, essentially what we're asking for is your trust. Trust us to lead. Trust us to make the right decisions for you and your family and our county, for the future as well as tomorrow. The great coach John Wooden said, "The most powerful leadership tool you have is your own example." And I agree. We need to earn your trust. So how do you decide? Some of you have already decided. You'll vote for someone because you know them. You won't vote for someone because you know them. And maybe, hopefully, you'll vote for someone because they have the best beard.
Covering the Treasure Coast, a Fort Pierce City leader is facing dozens of felony charges. Commissioner James Taylor is accused of sending inappropriate messages to a minor. Our Caleb Califano is live for us at Fort Pierce City Hall with the latest on this months-long investigation. Caleb?
That's right. Well, Fort Pierce City Commissioner James Taylor, he's facing 24 felony counts in total, all involving inappropriate communication with a minor. Sheriff Richard Del Toro laying out the details earlier this morning. Today, Fort Pierce City Commissioner James Taylor is being held at the St. Lucie County Jail, accused of having inappropriate communication with a minor. According to the arrest report, Taylor is facing 24 felony charges, all related to inappropriate communication with a minor, according to the sheriff's office. The investigation started in August of 2024 when the Evanston Police Department in Illinois was told by a mother of a 13-year-old girl she was receiving Snapchats from an adult man. The police department says the chat started when the girl was 12 and increasingly became more sexually explicit, with the suspect eventually sending nudes of himself over Snapchat.
He could be identified in these photos, and they were explicit and just, I wouldn't even, inappropriate is not even the word.
The police department in Illinois traced those Snapchats back to St. Lucie County. That's when the sheriff's office was notified. Their investigation eventually revealed that the suspect involved in the chats was believed to be Fort Pierce City Commissioner James Taylor, commissioner for District 2, who was just elected to his seat last November. He was arrested during a traffic stop this morning.
I would say that he admitted his role in these and was very remorseful, obviously. I think mainly because he was caught, and the fact, this is a very, obviously a big case, and there's a lot of penalties associated with that. So the gravity of the situation, I think, was hitting him at that time.
Sheriff Del Toro says 2 locations, Taylor's home and his place of business, were searched as well after a warrant was signed for any other material involved in the arrest. Meanwhile, City of Fort Pierce speaking on his arrest, telling us in part, "We understand that this development may raise concerns within our community, and we want to reassure our residents that we remain committed to serving the public with integrity, transparency, and accountability." Now, Taylor's bond is currently set at $250,000. His first appearance is expected tomorrow morning. For now, we're live in Fort Pierce. Caleb Califano, WPBF 25 News.
Caleb, thank you. State Representative Toby Overdorf, who is a member of the governor's task force against human trafficking, issuing this statement following the arrest of Commissioner Taylor, reading in part, quote, "This predator who used Snapchat to prey on a 12-year-old girl with vile, sexually explicit content must face the harshest consequences under the law. Governor DeSantis must suspend this monster immediately." This is exactly why Florida has taken a fierce stand against the dangers of social media. For our children's platforms like Snapchat can be hunting grounds for predators.
I will say this, thank you for being honest about how radical right you are. I truly appreciate that.
This was an intense evening at a Norman library. State Superintendent Ryan Walters there for a Republican Party event, but he also took questions from former and current teachers. And tonight, many of them confronted him about his words and actions since taking office.
And what we've continued to see is a teachers union that is dead set on controlling your kids. What we've continued to see is a teachers union that wants to indoctrinate your children.
Walters has consistently called for the removal of what he calls woke ideology and pornography from Oklahoma schools. He's also been criticized by some fellow Republicans about his role in misspent COVID relief funds. Now, the teachers addressed that, as well as Walters' ideas on critical race theory and transgender students. Walters did respond to these teachers and protesters. He answered their questions. The session ended with, more or less, with Walters' critics leaving that meeting.
Tonight we are going in depth on the investigation just now getting underway into what may or may not have happened inside State Superintendent Ryan Walters' office last Thursday. State Board of Education members say they were images of nude women on a screen in the superintendent's office, and the superintendent says he's being attacked for his political stances. The investigation to try to determine what happened started over the weekend, and we got even more details today. The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office tells Fox 23 News it is now leading the investigation into what happened inside State Superintendent Ryan Walters' office during an executive session last Thursday. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation also tells Fox 23 it is standing by with resources ready to help in the investigation should anything criminal possibly be found. It is now up to law enforcement to try to figure out not only were there naked women on a TV screen in the superintendent's office and where they came from, but also if those images being on a state-owned device broke any laws. After first calling the allegations against him a, quote, distraction, Walters released a new statement Sunday saying he was the victim of a political attack and said, quote, any suggestion that a device of mine was used to stream inappropriate content on the television set is categorically false. I have no knowledge of what was on the TV screen during the alleged incident, and there is absolutely no truth to any implication of wrongdoing. But the statement is contradictory to what board members have told Fox 23 they saw on a TV screen in Walters' office. Board members Becky Carson and Ryan Dethridge both said they directly witnessed fully naked women playing on a TV in Walters' office during a closed-door meeting. Board members like Mike Tinney and Chris Vandehen both told Fox 23 their backs were turned to the TV when the nudity was allegedly being displayed. But they say Walters frantically tried to remove the images from the screen when confronted by Carson, openly saying something along the lines of, quote, I see naked women, referring to what was on the screen. After he was able to remove the images from the TV, some of the board members say Walters continued business as usual without further acknowledgement of what just happened. Initially, the Office of Management and Enterprise Services said they were taking control of the investigation, but after it was found they have no authority to investigate such a case, they asked the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office to step in and made OSBI aware as well. Fox 23 has not been able to determine if the laptop and TV screen in question were removed from Walters' office yet for examination, but the Sheriff's Office tells Fox 23 their work is in very early stages and they did not have possession of any devices from anyone yet. So the law is a bit complicated when it comes to sexually explicit material on state-owned devices. Some of you have asked what law was actually broken. Now, as a general policy, the Oklahoma Department of Management and Enterprise Services says having sexually explicit material can lead to disciplinary action and possible termination. But that's for low-level employees and folks and not elected office holders. The Oklahoma Computer Crimes Act does address this in a couple of ways as well. There have been state officials previously that have been charged with felonies for using state-owned computers to download porn. And on the other side of this is if Walters is being framed, the Oklahoma Computer Crimes Act will kick in when it comes to gaining access to a network or a device for malicious means. Now, when it does come to teaching certificates and teacher behavior, we will note, and it is well noted, Walters has taken action against teachers for similar allegations he is now facing now.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Now a story leaked by him to CNN is appearing now. Let me reassure you, the things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robbins.
We finally beat Medicaid.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
He's right, he did beat Medicaid, beat it to death.
Like a dove. Feathers fly in the air. Water in here, water in. Y'all so dark, yeah, you so dark. Look like a dove.
All right. So those are lame ducks for the week, man. Number 2 and number 3.
That was perfect.
Number 2.
That was perfect.
So I got to put the overlay up here. Hold on. Wait a minute. I can't do it. So number 2, we got James Taylor. Fort Pierce, Florida, wherever that is. Maybe y'all geographically know about Florida. I don't know where that's at.
A little bit south of me.
Okay, well, that was the city commissioner of Fort Pierce talking to little girls over Snapchat. What man over 50 got Snapchat? I don't know. James Taylor is one of them. So lame duck number 2, James Taylor. What y'all got, man?
All I'm saying, how are you having consistent Snap conversations with a 12-year-old? I have an 11-year-old. I don't want to talk to her about nothing. And I love her. Ain't no enlightening conversations coming from an 11-year-old, 12-year-old. There's nothing thought-provoking. What you gonna talk to him about? Algebra?
That's crazy.
There's
nothing. The reason they do that is because they're able to have a power over a smaller, younger girl.
Oh, no.
As opposed to a grown-ass woman.
I get it. I'm saying as an adult man who's not a sycophant, there is no reason for you to be consistently talking to a 12-year-old unless you're their parent.
Right.
Even if your favorite Uncle Jack, chill. I had a niece who I met in New York, and we never met before, and I met her when she was around 10, 11, and she took a superior liking to me. And I came back to Florida, she was calling me every day. And within a week and a half, I called her mom and was like, you got to stop this. And I love that girl.
So you can't talk to your niece? What's the problem with that?
Every day, sir?
I mean, it's long distance.
No, sir. No, sir. I can only hear about Minecraft so much.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, hell, James Taylor was long distance too. I think they said the girl was in Illinois.
That is crazy.
So that means you just Peru, and I don't know how Snapchat works. I don't got Snapchat. I don't know.
I thought that Snapchat things, once you're done, it just goes away. And the police were able to retrieve.
It is 2025. Nothing goes away.
Oh.
You should know that. I know a girl who made a S tape and mistakenly posted it on Snapchat and thought it would disappear. I got a copy right now.
And if you listen to the report, remember they said the DeSantis, I guess he got some type of like sex trafficking commission down there, whatever. Hey, remember they got involved, so I can only assume that maybe there was some type of conversation with the little girl either coming down to Florida or him coming. I don't know. But I mean, all I know is his bond set at $250,000. That's all I know.
It should be more than that. His bond needs to be more than that, man. That's crazy.
The Duck Reaper said his bond is his soul.
Oh,
so that's what the Duck Reaper said.
If there's a description for trash bag human of the week this week, it's got to be this guy. My God, this guy is, oh Lord, and there's so many of them. There's so many of them. He's like not unique at all.
Yeah. And they're not even smart about it.
No, they're not.
You're not even good at being a piece of shit. Just stop being a piece of shit. But they can't. They can't.
You're talking to little girls over your personal phone and then getting up, going to work in the morning as an elected official.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Which, by the way, he goes after other people.
That's
goes after other people.
Condemning you, and you know what they say? Anyone that protests too much, you probably saying something. You probably doing something. I hate those people. Anybody like, we can't stand those gays in the alphabets. I'd be like, you're going to get caught in a hotel room sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of projection, so we got lame duck number 3, Ryan Walters, Oklahoma school superintendent.
Gong that guy.
State.
Put the gong on it.
Of the state. Now this guy. Now remember, I think we covered him before, Van Cat, on a edition of TFP. This dude want to put the Bible in Oklahoma schools.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to basically reinvent the Pledge of Allegiance, to pledge your allegiance to Trump in the school. Put the 10 Commandments up in the school. All the while he looking at porno flicks. And not only looking at porno flicks, he projected them onto the TV in the office. Why not just look at the porno flick on your laptop? Laptop right there.
Laptop? Negro is 2025. Use your phone.
Phone, yeah.
You said, but there, I gotta mirror the screen so I can get a bigger picture.
Bigger? Well, oh my God.
I got the mirror vagina in 3D.
To the screen, and now the people that they showed, them ain't no lefty loonies. Them ain't no people that just gonna make some shit up. The old lady like, what the hell is going on in here? Ain't no telling what he was doing physically. He was probably trying to rub one out. Nobody knows.
Yes, you do. Don't nobody turn on no porn to watch it like a movie. I ain't never watched 5 minutes of a porn in my life.
Oh no, maybe it was his lunch break. I don't know. All I know is the lady said it was two women fully nude on the screen, and it looked like it was a film from the 1960s. So it was vintage porn.
He like that vintage black and white. I ain't mad at you, pimp. That man said he missed his bushes, and I don't mean W.
Go ahead, Fat Catcher. What was you about to say?
Nah, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Yeah, my God, this guy is extraordinarily crazy. I mean, and isn't it funny how all these people that do these kinds of offenses, there's always a link to Trump. In some way, shape, or form, there's always a link to Trump. Oh, my God. I can't. Again, another well-deserving lame duck here. Oh my God. And again, there's nothing unique about this guy as we've seen with the last one. And there's so many others that we can't even cover. I don't know what is the deal here.
It's a plethora of souls for the duck to reap. That's for sure. That's for sure. So we gonna keep them going. With that being said, folks, hey, look, it's 11:15. I'm about to stop. As soon as I stop, I'm going to sleep. I know y'all got to get up in the morning. I just say real quick, for the month of August, 4-part series in TFP 2.0 is going to be the politics of we doing money, guns, sex, and drugs in that order for the month of August. So next week, the politics of money, a lot of things to talk about in regard. So you just saw that a Senate committee just passed through committee, not a bill or anything like that, but the Senate committee just passed through stopping stock buying for the Congress. We'll see how far that goes. I think it's great. Don't get it twisted. It's already some backlash from some people that have been implicated, Pelosi being one of them. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the tariffs, so on and so forth. Anything that's got anything to do with money and politics, we're going to talk about it next week. And then the following week will be the, what did I say? Guns. Following week will be sex. Following week will be drugs. In that order, that'll be for the month of August, a 4-part series, the politics of. So be on the lookout for it. Be on the lookout for it. And with that being said, man, hey, look, I'm done. I'll let y'all give y'all sign-offs, man, and we'll close it on out.
Well, my sign off is Hulk Hogan's still a trash bag human. The fact that he believed, he actually said that, oh my God, we might face karma and could reincarnate as a black family for the stuff we've said and done. That let me know that all this people make mistakes crap with that tape was a bunch of bull because he followed it up with that statement. That's unbelievable. Yeah, he could kick rocks on that one.
Did you see that emotion?
Did you see the report that he had leukemia?
No, I did not know that. No.
They said he was secretly battling leukemia. Which I don't think that had nothing to do with his heart attack, but
I feel bad that leukemia had to suffer in a piece of garbage like that. It deserves a better person to infect.
Yep.
Also, it was reported that Brooke
turned down the money.
Yeah, turned out. Yeah, she wasn't in the will. She. I think they said some years ago. She told him like, you can write me out the will. Like so obviously she ain't been associated with the family for a while.
And that's who I ride with. I'm not riding with no idiot that says now's not a time to be angry at his racism. So what? I should wait. Get the hell out of my face.
Yeah.
Guess what? When he was being racist, that wasn't the time I should have had to deal with it. The hell out of my face. I don't want to hear nothing. Anyone that says something like that believes the same nonsense he did.
And the plethora of dumbasses trying to defend Hulk Hogan, like Michael Rappaport and that Joey Swole. Oh my God! And then they say, "Oh, I've done further research and I've now been educated on what he said and done." Man, you knew what he said and done. Stop it.
And Michael Rappaport is a prime example of why I tell black people, stop letting people into the cookout. Y'all loved him back in the day, and you see what he really was. Same as Miley Cyrus. They act like they was same as what's that punk who saying "Bob with a Bob," and then all of a sudden he's way more racist than anybody else. Kid Rock. Same with him. Same with Yellow. Well, same with all of them. They come through and they fake it till they get their money. Then they hop out of black culture like we're some kind of toxic hot potato. Stop letting them in the cookout. They not in mine. Only one person in my cookout, and everyone knows who that is. Jane Elliott, I love you.
I started to get that clip with Hogan where he like, "Welcome to the hood, brother." Hogan's neighborhood, that is. But yeah, man, hey, it is what it is. Mike, what you got, man?
I just want to show love to my twin, MIR number 4. You know what it is. Love to the other members of MIR. We are 5 strong. That's why my picture is that. I am not one of those gentlemen. I am all 5 of them because at any given time, we move around. Because we are a unified team who are just the only thing we are connected to is rightness, because that's what we are. Mike is right. And MD need to stop fronting like he don't want to join. He just don't want to join because he's an individualist. But I'm gonna make an extension called MIIR. Mike is individually right, and that's just gonna be MD's division.
Bro, I said Mike is right like twice tonight.
Exactly. No, you said it like 4 times, sir. You said it 4. I
cut it out, man.
I counted it out. You said it 4 times.
Relax.
4.
Relax.
Come join the squad, bro. Join the squad.
Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, man, we gonna go and get up out of here. Be on the lookout again. Like I said, that's gonna be the lineup for the month of August. We're gonna talk about money, guns, sex, and drugs. I think everybody like talking about stuff like that.
Van Cat, you're an asshole.
I don't know what's up with him, man.
She's not an ugly woman. She's that's just a bad picture.
Yeah, that's a real bad
That's
picture.
a real bad picture. You ain't capping.
Oh, speaking of her, yeah, Candace, like I said, I'm gonna have to sneak that in some type of way too. So she's being sued now, and it's been some. Yeah, Beckett, you nasty, bro.
Sick bastard.
It's too much going on in terms of the news, so we're gonna try to sneak those stories in as well.
And I was hoping to talk less. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I was hoping Ricardo was gonna come pick because of course, the UK joined in. It's a global, and I'll leave with this. It's a global resistance that's happening right now that I didn't think was going to be possible when it comes to Israel. We see now that the tables are turning. How far it's going to go, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see.
And I'm telling you, it ain't going far, because no matter what these lying people tell you, they all believe that the white people that call themselves Jews need to be in charge of Israel and Jerusalem for when Jesus comes back.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So all the nonsense they spewing is just trying to seem like they want to be on the right side of history. They will never go against them.
That's a fact. But even with that point, I still even think that's a grift based on the fact that the ones that are gatekeeping that's gatekeeping that fact are doing it under nefarious means.
And the means are white supremacy, sir. You can say it.
Well, the means are keeping tabs as far as what the main industry is, which is oil. You need I guess you would say a watchful eye or a police state in order to make sure everything go well for the very lifeblood of America, which is oil. So, now we'll tell dumbass white people, hey, look, we need to protect these people because these are God's chosen people.
Yeah.
We'll tell them that. But I think that's the ultimate reason? No, I don't.
Oh, we know what it is. It's to keep up the prop up white supremacy.
I got you. So you're going to keep saying that's fine. With that being said, we're going to go and get up out of here. Shout out to Vancat. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Ricardo, man. We'll see you on the next one. For all the people that's going to tune in later on. With that, I say peace.
And stop acting like that lame duck intro ain't hard. And that beat fire too.
Hey, AI is a motherfucker. I made that and the TFP intro, all with AI.
Hey, you need to help. You need to teach me how to do that, bro.
Man, it's an app, bro. I'm gonna send it to you. It's an app.
Please do. I need help because I'm trying to finish this book.
Feathers flying in the air, waddling here, waddle there.
That sounds oof. All right, send it to me, bro. Love to all of y'all. Y'all be safe. I'm gonna go cuddle with my girl.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace out.